Are you wondering what your favorite wacky nerds are up to? Search for Campaigns of the Plains on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and make sure to follow and like us to keep up with all our content and news. You might also find exclusive content for fans only. Remember to catch us on YouTube every Friday at noon for a new episode of Campaigns of the Plains.
So, welcome to our first episode, officially titled Campaigns of the Plains, as that is our new name, as of 17 minutes ago. You guys, so, thank you guys for voting again. Feel free to check out the other video of us revealing that, as we were having some technical difficulties. But anyway.
I fucked it up, it's fine.
We might release the video of no sound, but it's all talking really fast and excited,
in black and white, and it's a silent movie.
Oh, I gotta find that music because it's got that unreasonably cheery music.
You know what?
Yeah,
Christian may or may not release that at some point in time.
Also, a quick thank you to all of the people who voted, for all of the people who let us post to their pages and share. We appreciate each and every one of you.
112 people, literally from across the globe. You helped us out a lot, and it was awesome. It's a small thing, to just get 100 people to agree on something, but for something that is so small already, it's huge. So,
112 people is a lot.
Nothing to smirk at for those who have just started to record, honestly.
We really appreciate it, and we will post to all of our social medias all of the new social medias and YouTube and Twitch and whatever else to our personal accounts.
We'll get into a video where we talk more about this, but I think it's a great announcement.
Get ready for it to blow up.
Clearly.
Sure.
Just constant spam.
Anyway. Excuse me. So,
delicious.
So just to recap last week's episode, we had Chats find a ring that caused him to become cursed, which you guys quickly nipped in the butt, and got rid of that with a little help from Agnes. And you guys had a little bit of trouble getting into town, as it seemed like the town was on high alert after you guys, fucked shit up the previous night. You managed to bury not Clifton.
What?
No.
No.
Managed to bury Gregory, who is Evelyn's husband, and Clifton was there.
I was getting ready to make Clifton mascot shirts.
No, so you buried Gregory.
I just thought, I would love in the future to have Clifton plushies.
Oh, yeah. Like Trinket. Yeah.
Yes.
Make it happen. Ooh.
On point.
I will crochet a Clifton plushie.
Ooh.
Oh.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
So
I'm
yes.
putting it in my notes.
You guys buried Gregory, had a lovely eulogy, mostly by Chats, but Agnes gave, pretty generic one. You found that, so you guys brought back Clifton and Evelyn, and then also Agnes to Boren's farm, and Boren was not very happy about that. And so he told you guys you had to vacate after tonight. So you guys managed to head back. It's probably, early afternoon, as you guys haven't done too much today yet, as today is the same day that you beat the crap out of Chats, you buried Gregory, you ran into town, came back with Agnes. Yeah.
Ron made breakfast.
We've had a day.
I feel like that's pretty productive.
But it's barely even noon.
So we got kicked out.
We've ever done.
We also got kicked out. Well, tomorrow we're getting kicked out.
Correct.
Of
yes.
the bubble.
Yes.
We got the eviction notice.
Yeah, we really did. We
It's
forgot
really
to pay
kind
the
of
rent.
him
Just
give
kill
us-
Boren and take over. Yeah, I mean, at least he wasn't like, get the
We
fuck out.
could, but he's a good guy, and we're not going to do that.
I feel like we should maybe make it up to him somehow.
So, before you get into character, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I was going
Too
to
late.
set the scene for where you guys are now. You guys, after Gregory's funeral, you guys parted ways with Agnes, sent her back to the town with some money. I believe you escorted her.
I escorted her to the road.
Yeah, to the edge of the forest.
Yeah.
And you guys all make your way back to the bubble, Oren's farm. And it's probably a little afternoon at this point. So your bellies aren't super grumbling, but you're probably going to eat.
I believe we discussed day drinking.
Yes.
In Gregory's memory.
You did. Yes, you
I
did.
believe we were going to party in his memory.
I just want to thank whoever fetched that cleric. It was very nice of her to come all the way out here.
It was Finnick.
Oh.
He was worried about you. I would get Finnick.
Thank you, Finnick. I owe you a great deal.
I did what was needed to be done.
So, I hear there are to be drinks, but what's our next move?
Well, we kind of fucked up our ability to go into the town at all, at least for a while. They've completely locked it down, and they're not letting any strangers in the town. They're not letting they question you at the gate. We climbed over a wall.
I see.
Oh. Well, we certainly did a number in that place, I suppose.
Yes, well, that's what happens when you break some people out of prison.
That's not the reaction.
Listen, it wasn't my
usually
fault
do.
that I was in the prison in the first place. I just wanted to show Chats what's actually going on in the town.
Who told you to jump into the fighting pit? To fight the big man?
Well, to be honest, I did it because I didn't want these two to be caught. Especially not Chats.
Well, that's really noble of you, Rowan. I can't be mad, honestly.
I mean...
How dare you let him get caught? He's
That's a
wanted
loaded
in
question.
that town, too.
I wish I will not
It's
respond.
clearly not Chats' fault. Chats was also in danger of getting caught. You were clearly the only one who's at fault here.
No, you
Yeah.
cannot blame me for other people's choices.
Okay, instead of laying blame on each other, why don't we look to the future? Obviously, we have burned some bridges, and some of them maybe were avoidable, but that's the past, and we can't change it.
Well, I can't see any other path than getting on that mountain. It's where the information we need is.
Rowan, brings up something I wanted to ask you. When we first met, you told me that the reason you were even out here is that the mountain appeared, and then you heard that there was some figure, myself, that the locals had been talking about. Where did you hear this? How did you get this information? If you have any contacts that could be worthwhile, now's the time.
Well, to be honest, I didn't go up the mountain much, but some of the tabaxi came down the mountain and spoke of a figure from the past coming to save the mountain. But honestly, I really didn't believe in it until when I was leaving with my parents, and I met this one tabaxi woman, and she gave me her name, actually.
Did they let the tabaxi off the mountain often? We haven't seen one since we've been here.
It's not often. Usually only for supplies or something like that.
Who was it you spoke to?
Didn't get a name. I was just leaving town with my parents and found her outside to the west of town, and she stopped me and told me where I could take my parents that would be safe and where to find you.
How did she know where to find
Your,
him?
Yes, what did she look like?
Couldn't really tell. She had her hood up, dead of night. Had a really soft demeanor. Seemed friendly enough. I didn't have no reason not to trust her. Always trusted the tabaxi on the mountain because they're treated just as badly as my town.
Indeed.
From what we've seen, even worse.
Okay, so she had a cloak. Couldn't see her features. Was there anything identifying on the cloak?
It was pretty dark. It was a black cloak. From what he saw, there wasn't any sigils or anything on it.
Did you see maybe the color of her fur?
Too dark.
Well, regardless, this could still be away on the mountain, if they've sent any tabaxis out recently for supplies, perhaps at least I could sneak in as one of the group onto the mountain without suspicion.
I think we go on the mountain the same way that Finnick and I did. Most of us are good climbers.
They got on and off the mountain. I tend to agree with them. It's good work.
That's fair.
And
I suppose once I'm on the mountain,
I watched you
won't
run
go
up a tree.
suspicious.
So, can you do that up a mountain?
It's a new trick, but I believe so, yeah.
So we really just have to worry about...
The dragon.
Shouldn't be a problem with a bit of rope.
I can levitate you.
You're concerned about me climbing a mountain.
Yeah. No offense. Have you climbed many mountains?
You
could also throw your back out.
Wow.
I will vouch that Duke is quite able.
Have you seen him climb a mountain?
No, but I've seen him do great physical feats.
Have you fallen hundreds of feet and survived the landing?
Well, he has done that.
More than once.
I
Rather
don't
impressive.
really fall because I can teleport.
Okay, again, I think we're getting off topic. Okay.
dick is much bigger than yours.
I was listening to that earlier.
But I would definitely succumb to death if I were to just fall. Yes, you are quite a husky fellow, but you fell, so clearly you weren't the best at staying on whatever ledge you fell off of.
Well, 1, the ledge died. 2, the ledge disappeared.
What? I don't quite
Was that a ledge?
understand.
You were the second one.
I think I was the ledge, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was me.
One of you. I don't know
Aerial
who else.
combat.
Yeah. Not Sapphire.
Not Sapphire. Just reminiscing. Oh, Celeste.
Reminds me, one time I jumped over a hole just to fall into another.
That was great.
That was great.
I don't remember that.
You weren't here.
I don't remember that.
Sorry. Again, we're getting off topic.
Oh, for
Okay.
old men, they like to reminisce.
They forget what they're talking about.
They do. We should get them prompt cards.
Well, I guess then we should decide, once we're on the mountain, where do we station ourselves?
Oh, we could probably provide some information on that as well. Possibly. It doesn't seem like, first of all, the fields didn't look like they were being farmed at all. Second of all, there is an enemy encampment kind of outside of the town, but from what we observed, it doesn't look like they patrol the surrounding area. Like they don't. It doesn't seem that they fear an attack because they're on a mountain with one entrance.
Where's this encampment?
It's just outside of what's that town called?
Don't look at
Under
me.
Felix?
I haven't been on the
Under
mountain.
Felix? Is that the
Is that
town we
where we
went to?
Shaggy Paw.
Shaggy Paw.
Yeah, I'm bad at names. It's just outside of Shaggy Paw. But within Shaggy Paw, all of the homes seemed occupied by the were creatures, and the majority, it seemed, of the Tabaxi slaves lived in the home. The town was very heavily patrolled. So if we found a place out far enough outside of the town, away from a road, and we didn't use a fire, I think we could probably get away without being seen. It doesn't seem like they're afraid of people being on the mountain. Maybe if there was an outlying mill or farmer's house that wasn't directly in the town that is unoccupied, we could hide in there. But we didn't traverse enough to find something.
I'm sure there's... I mean, it's been 240 years since I've been there, but there's probably still some buildings. Just the three towns were the main epicenters of the mountain, but you would have your casual
Right.
abode here and there.
When we sent Scout to look when we were climbing the mountain, Finnick and I did find a kind of a flatter place up higher that we rested, so we could
Okay.
potentially rest.
Maybe close to the smaller caldera.
We could probably rest on the mountain if we could find a ledge that it was wide enough for us to set up camp.
Okay. That should be
Again, if
doable.
we would have to forego a fire, more likely. But it is spring
Yes.
into summer right now, so it's not. We don't necessarily need a fire.
Okay. Yes, I think that would be a good start.
It would make cooking.
Rowan could probably
Cook without a fire.
cook without a fire.
If you like cold porridge,
Sure.
I mean, I could make something before we went.
That's what I was going to suggest, clearly. Rowan could make
Right.
something beforehand and have it prepped
Certainly.
for us to eat on the mountain. Clearly, I don't know how food works. Can you do that?
You're real good.
Can you cook food in advance and eat it later?
We will need...
Yes, it's right.
I feel like this is
It's called joring.
Josh talking, not in character.
Yes, we will need rations, I think, going up onto
How
the
does
mountain.
one melt
Certainly.
the butter in the pan?
No, stop burning it.
And, well, Duke has an unlimited amount of mayonnaise. So,
What?
What?
yes.
How?
So we could
Why
probably...
mayonnaise?
What?
You mean why
Yeah,
mayonnaise?
why?
Why not
mayonnaise?
another substance like honey or?
Well, it's more than that, but I like to use it for mayonnaise.
I mean, that's a great product to
No,
have,
but
but
why specifically the mayonnaise? Because mayonnaise is
Because it's a delicacy to my people.
it's disgusting. It's what it is.
It's incredibly rare.
I don't care how rare it is. It tastes awful.
It
Not
tastes
if mixed with
fantastic
the
when,
right-
when
Now-
you combine it with things correctly.
exactly.
Like what? Duke?
All kinds of stuff.
I could bake a nice
Spices,
cake.
certain meats. Humans
Yeah,
like to make sandwiches. I've discovered those recently. They're amazing.
If we were to maybe hunt
My
an
mother
animal
introduced
and
you to
dry the
sandwiches.
meat
Bunch of
tonight,
Trump in it.
we would be able to dip it into the mayonnaise for additional flavor and protein.
Well, I was actually thinking we could probably make some kind of bread out of the
Okay, but
mayonnaise
why-
and then dry it.
Why?
Oh.
Be good
When
hard tack.
preparing yourself for an adventure, going out into the field, you thought better pack a gallon of mayonnaise.
Well, it's not like that.
No, it's not.
It's a magical jug.
Okay.
It can make water and wine
Okay.
and mayonnaise and a few other things.
What an
But
interesting combination of things.
That's what I thought, but
What?
it's useful.
Okay.
But-
You know what? We've gotten off topic again.
oh, we do that so much.
I-
Provides a lot of calories.
Could have been the name of our group, off topic.
Or
We'll have a poll next week.
No more polls!
maybe more.
Or maybe more. Did you enjoy it?
What if
Tell
you're
us in the
super
comments.
Are there comments to this?
There will
They
be.
are.
Oh.
Oh, I don't read the
I think
comments.
we've received.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we've
that's
gotten
cool.
some comments.
Probably one that says, Eric, why do you have chili on your shirt?
You can't even
There's
notice
no
it.
chili
Now
on
they
this.
know 'cause you said it.
Well, yeah, okay, I can see it if I'm looking for it, but
Yeah.
but
Well, small though. It's on my shirt.
Don't worry.
I know.
I
Clearly, I
don't
care.
think you can see it.
you definitely.
I can't.
Oh, stop pointing it out. The audience didn't know until you
Christian
pointed
just
it out.
circles it. It just
Anyway,
Red.
It's gonna
Right there. It's right there, guys.
enhance.
It's gonna be a fucking GIF
Enhance.
enhance. Anyway.
Just magically adding pixels to the screen. No big deal.
Anyway. Well, if you don't mind, Duke, I'd like to use the your mayonnaise. Wow, that's the wrong accent.
What accent was that? Your
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
Who are you and where do you come from?
I like to use your mayonnaise.
Wow.
Ireland.
How did Danica get here?
I'd like to use your mayonnaise.
Who, you? Are they flirting?
Fuck.
I'll use your mayonnaise.
That's a really hard word to say with an Irish accent. Mayonnaise.
Just say mayo.
Mayo. Maybe that'd be a bit better.
mayonnaise.
Whew. Anyway.
From
Mayonnaise.
Huh?
Mayonnaise.
Moinoy.
I'd like to use your mayo.
Your thick white goo.
I thought about it for a second.
Could you share with me your thick white goo, Duke? I'm interested in some of
Eric's
your...
face
Excuse
is
me.
priceless.
I'd like to use your egg paste.
Egg paste or egg
Egg-
piss?
Egg paste.
Oh shit. For
I
making
need your
some
seed.
mayo rations for the road, perhaps. I mean, I've got a little bit of lard left over from the where
Lauren,
person back there. I've only met the fella once. I'm sorry.
he didn't like us. Don't go and introduce yourself now.
Okay. Anyway,
You
Yep,
done
it
did
was
fuck up.
great.
but yeah, if we were able to make some rations with it, I believe I could. Something for the road. If we aren't able to light a fire, it might be best to make something for the road itself.
Do you want, I could go hunt something? Make some jerky?
Probably wouldn't be a bad thing, except for you brought me, and I hold up your bird on
That's
a
my
fucking
my
stick.
bird on a stick. Excuse me. I brought you that bird on the stick.
You sure did.
Well, I wasn't looking to hunt bird. It was attacking me when I was taking the eggs.
Tends to happen.
Also, that bird belongs to my cat, and you should give it back to her.
And
I think I went with the name Nova.
You did?
Sure.
Yeah.
I wrote down Misty, Stormy, and Obsidian, and Midnight.
I think you wrote.
I like that Nova's not
Yeah.
on that.
I think you
But I know we talked about Nova.
No, it's fine.
But-
Well, you can name her whatever you want, but
Whatever.
I kind of like Obsidian, though.
I'm down with Obsidian.
Okay, Obsidian.
so Obsidian is sitting at your feet, staring at the bird, just like wagging its tail and like dead eye looking at that bird like it wants to eat it.
Please give the bird back to my cat.
Sure, whatever. And I plop it down.
And she just takes it and starts like batting at it, and then puts it in her mouth and throws it.
Did you finish your meat?
And the feathers just go everywhere, and she just starts batting.
Well,
at it.
I mean, it's still like noon, right? It's still pretty early.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go hunting. Anybody want to come with me?
Grab my bow.
Perfect.
I don't think we want a repeat of last time I went hunting with you. You seem to be upset by me punching a deer.
We did not go hunting
I
together.
think it's
You
just
punched
because
the deer while we were sleeping.
You punched the deer, and it was more effective than her shooting the deer.
Also,
Are you jealous of my fist?
Also,
You punched it in the face and immediately killed it.
I thought it was Trevor that did that.
was it Trevor? Was it Trevor that killed the
It's
deer?
always Trevor.
Oh God.
Trevor is a murderous.
He's got a
Listen.
mean streak in him, but he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm going hunting.
I just want to look at it. He's got like a
Why
face
you
drawn
guys-
on his
By
back.
the way, campaigners, if that's what we'll call you, or planers, or
Camplainers.
What?
Can't they-
Oh, that sounds bad.
Can't
Oh,
they,
maybe
can't
not.
they be like our Planar Warriors?
It's a bit much.
I know, right?
Planar
Planar
Warriors?
Warriors?
We'll work on that name.
Anyway.
We might have that. Might be a poll.
Planies.
That might be a
Oh,
poll.
that's
Look.
like-
Yeah, it's another poll.
What do you want?
Cornhead.
I think that's taken by Nebraska. Anyway.
No, they're the Huskers.
Oh, so they husk us.
Oh, just cornholes. Well, hey,
They just
cornholes.
rip us down
Oh,
to get us ready.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we at?
Well, I was asking if you're concerned about us constantly picking up people who seem to have more than one up there.
If you recall, I was one of those people that have one of those up there loose.
Right. I'm concerned that I keep joining with people who have more than one in the head.
Maybe the concern should be with you.
What?
I'm.
Duke,
Yeah.
Are we still there?
Yeah, you're also right there.
I
We're
want,
totally talking about you.
Duke, I
right
want to
here.
leave you on this note before I go hunting. You talk to your axe. Just so you're aware.
What's your point?
Yeah,
You?
He talks to his sword.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get there. His makes more sense than yours does, because you won't talk to us about your shit. But maybe you should consider if you have some things loose as well.
There's a difference between
Also,
getting the thoughts out of your
you
head.
have my mother's dead body in a portal.
I don't see how that has anything to do with people
It's a
regularly
little...
having multiple personalities.
It's a little weird, Duke. I'm just saying, you're not a saint in this party.
Who said I'm a saint?
You did. Just
No.
now.
I did not. I would never say I'm a saint. I do not follow religion.
Oh, that's fair.
He has quite the opposition to religion.
Well, I mean,
It's
I
kind
kind
of a thing for my people.
What a shame.
I do as well, but it's not really a thing for my people and more of a thing against my mother. Because,
You're rebellious.
yeah.
Yeah, that's typical with the young kids, I guess.
I don't know. You ever had children?
Yes.
Were they rebellious?
No.
What?
I'm just assuming. I don't know. Everyone else seems to be weird with their offspring.
Who else has children? Oh, you have. You have a child.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
I meant like
Talk
other
about it.
types of people in general.
Yeah.
Societies raise them very differently.
Then dragonborns.
Yes.
I really don't care to know how Dragonborns raise their children. It's probably awful. Because you're very, like...
Oh, I'm very interested.
Rude. That's kind.
I'm not. Really at all.
That's perfectly
To be honest, I've grown up in this village my entire life, and it's really interesting seeing the world, to be honest with you.
Oh. Well, stick with me, kid. I'll show you some interplanar travel.
Show you interplanar travel.
It
I don't know
doesn't
if you're
roll,
older than me or
it
not,
doesn't.
but...
No.
Let me check Rowan's description here. I am 22.
I'm 21. You are older than me.
By a year.
But I also will live way longer than you, so... I don't know how many long do shifters live.
Same age as humans.
Oh yeah, I'll live longer.
Yeah, so basic math, you're younger.
Yes, well, that's true.
Anyway, once you're going to go
I'm
hunting...
going hunting. Finnick, are you coming with me?
I'm coming.
Okay.
Look at how old I am.
So, if you guys are going to go off into the forest, go ahead and roll me survival to try and find some sort of...
I'm just good at shooting things. I'm not good at finding them. Let's see. What's my...
17?
You ever just have 600 tabs open on
Yep.
your web?
That's Eric's phone in general.
Oh, yeah. I can't show you them.
My character?
I don't want to go to jail.
But in jail? You're an adult.
Best not be looking up stuff to go.
The stuff that...
That's
You got
It's not that many.
That's quite a few.
Oh, look at that.
I just open up links to like game guides and stuff, and they're never close.
Yeah. Same.
Because I was trying
Game
to
guides.
play through 10-2, and Josh was like,
Oh.
if you don't go through with the intent to get the 100% completion, you won't do it. And I was like, God damn it!
it's a little off topic anyway.
Sorry. I'm trying to look up my
Survival.
survival. Yeah, what's my survival? Oh, +2. No, it's not very good. I'm a ranger, but
You're a terrible ranger.
I'm a terrible ranger. I don't track things. I just
You just shoot them.
shoot them.
You make them very dead.
Yeah. So that's 17. That's
Yeah,
so
We
many
both
guys.
got 17.
17sies.
So what are you specifically looking for while you're...
Anything
Rabbits?
big.
Small, right?
I'm
I would
looking.
think
Yeah,
smaller
I'm
things.
looking for like a deer or a rabbit or something that would be easy to jerky.
Okay.
I will tell them before they leave
Probably
to
something
look
like
for
quick,
something
quick.
a bit smaller because it's going to take a much longer time to
Rabbit.
cure a larger animal.
I was
Rabbit.
just gonna
I
say.
think that's why, like a rabbit, we would just cook it and then we'd
Rabbit,
eat it cold with some mayo.
I mean, we can do that too.
Fox.
We'd make like
No,
rabbit.
maybe
We'd
not
make
fox.
ratatouille.
I think Sapphire thinks fox, and then she looks over at Finnick, and then she doesn't say it. Instead, she goes raccoon.
trash animals. Where raccoon would be so cute.
Would
You just
be.
turn into like Mario Tanuki.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you constantly have rabies.
But your face would definitely change too, not just the tail. But
Yeah, but
They're
just
always
imagine.
doing this.
You like to steal things.
Just you have cotton
You,
candy.
you like,
Yes,
you
cotton
like,
candy.
you like clean hands.
Yeah.
You
Clean
wash
hands
your
always.
things.
Long, spindly fingers.
Yeah.
I've been accused of having raccoon hands. So
It's because you're constantly washing your hands and doing things.
And then what else? What else is like little tiny game like things to jerky?
Squirrel.
Squirrels.
For animals, probably easier to do than like having to like rip out
Feathers would be
feathers, right?
fine.
So like duck.
duck,
Quail
quail,
would probably be because
Eh.
we're in more of a coniferous forest, right?
some kind of like
Dove.
smaller game.
okay.
Yeah.
So how long are you planning on?
It's
Yeah.
noon.
It's noon, so maybe a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if like you were trying to get.
Finnick and I are having a date in the woods.
So
Even though it's
Shooting the breeze and shooting the
Yeah.
bitches.
so as you guys
Shooting the
are.
breeze song.
Oh, don't do it.
Title of the episode. Title of the episode.
Don't shoot me.
Christian's like, no, please.
What? Shoot the breeze song?
That's the title of the episode. Don't shoot me.
Don't shoot me.
We'll see how the rest goes.
It just those don't shoot me, not clickbait.
Okay.
That's, I watch YouTube and that's what they do. Non-spawn.
I'm writing down the ideas because we always forget what the ideas are.
I don't know.
so
There's no catnap.
Well,
We were on it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that was
what?
that was
Catnap.
the right choice though.
Catnap.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to be doing anything while you're scavenging? Because like you are much better at scavenging than her, so even though
I'm
you
a
guys
man, of
like,
course I'm
I
just.
think,
Oh,
I think
shit.
that we
Oh, no.
should.
Oh.
You've got no Finnick. You've
I know.
grown.
Just with you.
I'm the only woman in the party, so
you're an asshole to all the other women in general.
I mean, we're gonna wear a rat now, so
she's not in our party. She's like our ward.
I think it's funny that Clifton is in the party, but Evelyn is not.
Evelyn is kind of useless.
Killed her
She's a
husband.
weepy beepy.
she killed her husband.
She did.
Yeah, we should put her on trial.
She was-
Put her on trial.
She was cursed or under a spell.
Oh yeah,
we killed that bitch.
She
too,
still killed
so-
him.
Yeah,
She did.
should have
kill
gave
her.
Evelyn the ring that of the
Oh,
mage.
please don't.
We're not giving that ring to anyone.
Oh,
Anybody.
well, I mean,
Anyway,
That's gonna stay in
I
the vault.
think that we would, if we're gonna be out there like the majority of the afternoon, I feel like so at some point we'd stop and have like a snack and maybe like just chat. Like, tell me about yourself, Finnick. I don't like I feel like we've had conversations, but we kind of skirt around anything that really has any meat to it. Topics like.
The only meat I'm interested in is that squirrel meat over there.
as you, without even looking, just
Boom.
Well, that's a dead squirrel. Okay.
Well, what do you want to know?
I don't know. We've talked about your parents and your fiance, and yep, we don't talk about her though. We did talk about her, but we're not going to talk about her anymore. That's true.
What a date.
Right? Don't bring up your ex. Don't bring up your parents.
It's not really a date.
Check and check.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Don't eat with your hands. Just eat the squirrel.
I know.
just bite his head.
Yeah.
I know what I want to ask. Okay. How long have you been a were creature?
I received the gift about 2 years ago.
Is that after everything that happened in your village?
Much later, yes.
How did that become an option for you to become, I guess?
I met a woman in a bar.
Hmm.
She had heard of my travels. She knew what I seeked. And she offered me this gift.
And you accepted without any questions?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
Power is what I need.
What's your end goal with all the power that you need?
I'm going to kill the beast that killed my love.
Oh, that seems noble. What, you said it was a dragon, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That'll be a tough fight. You'll need a lot of help.
Appreciate any help I can get, but I plan on making the killing blow on that beast.
Naturally. It's what you're owed.
It's what he is owed.
Yeah. Do you know where to find this dragon?
I've been tracking him all over this land.
Is he now somewhere nearby?
I don't know at this time. I have been busy with this cat race.
Where was he the last time you knew?
Just north of here.
Okay.
He travels frequently. I hear tales of him as I go in and out.
Does he have a name?
I don't know of his name yet. They just refer to him as the Blue Beast.
Okay. Hey, don't fight!
Sorry, cat's fighting.
Not the good kind.
It's just a tabaxi fight.
Ideas.
Right?
Okay, I'm writing that. Okay.
Good, because I've got something written down, because we're making this up as we go. Which is the best.
That's really shitty.
I'd appreciate your help if you have it.
I will help you.
I trust you.
I will help you. 100%. You've got my aid. That's...
I think she would love you. I think she would like you.
I don't know
appreciate that.
anything about her, but I think that I like the love.
She was the best person in this world.
The best.
That's how I saw her.
She made that point at your weapon.
Okay, wow.
Your thing. Yeah,
And
you
it to
made
you?
that. Oh, okay. Well, it's very sturdy. I don't use physical weapons. I don't know what I'm going to do with this.
Well,
yeah, no, I'm giving it back.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice. You can tell that it's really good craftsmanship.
Do you want to describe your weapon as you pull it out for her?
Let's see if I think I described it once, but it's a kind of a long, slender trident. There's nothing too special about it. Let's see if I described it in here. I wrote a lot of stuff in one.
Well, Finnick, like I said, I'm 100% willing to help you kill this dragon, but I would like your help in return.
What do you need help with?
Well, my mother didn't want me to do this to kind of follow in her vengeance, but I feel like it's the only thing I can do to make sure that I'm in danger for the rest of my life and that my siblings are safe.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to kill my uncle.
Done.
Good. And also, I need to help Duke.
What does that old man need help with?
I haven't asked him, and I'm afraid that he won't tell me. But
You can't
I
help if he doesn't explain.
I haven't asked him either. And Chats.
Thought we were currently helping him.
We are. I just, when I met them, they handed me my mother's final wishes, and she told me about her friends and that she trusted them, and they were good people. And she asked me to help because she thought that what they were fighting for were good causes. So maybe she knew they were. I feel like I should honor her last request. Something.
That seems right. I don't always see eye to eye with a cat, but I do think that his people need to be liberated, and I'm ashamed to see what those people with the gift are doing to that mountain.
Chats may be irrational, but I can tell that he's a good person.
So we don't see the world the same, but I do want him to be...
And I hope that Duke's a good person. If my mother trusted him, it's debatable.
Your father was a drunk.
Yeah.
Hearsay, but...
I mean, you're not wrong.
But so is Rowan, and he's probably my best friend.
Rowan's very functional, though.
Yes. It only trusts functional alcoholics.
Yeah. My mother was
Real
pretty
life.
functional, too. I mean, and she had stopped drinking, at least when I knew her, before she left. But she was gone for a very long time.
Sounds like Rovia did not do good things for her.
They tell me that they weren't there but for 6 months, but she was gone for, 6 years? I think is what we said. Yeah.
A year from now.
Yeah. So they were gone for 6 years in real time. At least my mother was. Chats, it was more like 200 years, and who knows for anyone else that was with them. But, yeah.
I guess we could help them because they're helping us.
I just wanted to help people. That's all I've ever.
You have a good heart, Sapphire.
Oh, well, that's the way. I like to be, or at least do something with my time other than sit around and read books all day. I hate reading.
Oh, it's one of my favorite things to do when I'm traveling.
Oh, well, I grew up in a monastery. There were a lot of books, and there were no other people.
It was beautiful when we were there. I was jealous I didn't grow up in a place like that.
Well, I guess you hate what you've experienced. Like, and have filters on the beauty of it. I can see your point, but I hated being there. I hated being back there.
Well, I love my home. You should come see it sometime. It's beautiful.
Okay.
I think you would like the waterfall.
There's a waterfall? Oh, I'd
Yeah.
love to come see it.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Well, you've seen mine, so I feel like it's only fair. I would love to do that
Well,
sometime.
if we travel through there, I'm sure my parents would love to meet.
Okay. Wow, you have loving parents.
Living,
I just,
and kind.
it's just most people that I've met that do this for a living, everybody that they've ever loved or cared for is dead.
Get that.
Or hates them.
It's too bad.
Depending. I met some really interesting people when I first started traveling they were trying to do some good in the world.
Oh, what did you guys do?
We traveled around. I parted ways with them when I went to the air elemental plane.
Oh, why did they come with you?
Well, I may have misperceived that they betrayed me and tried to have me killed. But they didn't. They just didn't realize that because I didn't tell them, was being hunted by... Well, I wasn't being hunted. My uncle sends people occasionally to try and find my mother and kill me. But how many Ergonauts are there really?
I've only met you.
So they thought that they were being helpful because somebody was asking about Ergonauts. And, that person tried to kill me, and I thought they'd taken a bribe, and so I left in kind of a bit of an angry. May have said some horrible things to them. I hope I see them again so I can apologize. But they were good people. I see that now, years later.
Yeah. Well, if they traveled with you, it must be good. Maybe on our travels, we'll find them.
Maybe. Hopefully they completed what they set out to do. They might still be traveling. It's only been a year or so, a couple of years since I've seen them.
What were they trying to do?
A couple of different things, I guess. There was a man who wanted to become a knight, but the order that he wanted to join, he had to do 100 good deeds. So he was out doing that.
Interesting.
And then the other two, they were trying to save their village. There was an illness that didn't have a cure. They were trying to find one. They were cousins, I think.
Maybe they should talk to Agnes. She needs to know what's going on.
I don't ever want to see Agnes again. I don't. She's nice. She was helpful. But also when I told her that Chats was a tabaxi, she immediately turned awful. You'd think that the people in the town would have some sympathy for the tabaxi like Rowan does.
Some of that older generation just doesn't understand oppression. And they just see what they have always seen and believe what someone has told them.
Oh, they're foolish then.
Ignorant, I believe, yes.
Well, I think that we are 2 squirrels short of a proper pile of meat for Rowan. Shall we go and grab some squirrel?
Sounds good. I'll,
2 squirrel or maybe 1 raccoon.
Oh, a meaty one.
Yeah.
So, Sapphire, you, out of the corner of your eye, see a pretty beefy rabbit that goes past a tree that Finnick currently can't see because the tree is blocking the way. And you start heading that way as it hops away. And as Finnick turns to follow, you hear a voice in your head that says, "It's not. I mean, you know this voice.
Okay.
It says, 'She's nice. I'm glad you're moving on.'"
So, emotions. Oh, you tough.
That's the raccoon you caught.
Yeah.
We're gonna
That's
keep
why
it.
you're on that diet.
That's a fat raccoon.
20-pound raccoon.
And do you respond? It's a telepathic link that you have with it. Do you respond?
I'd probably just blush.
So you chase after her, I'm assuming, to grab the rabbit, which you eventually do track down. But we're going to jump back to these guys. After...
As they head off, I'm going to go over to Duke real quick and be like, you do know that Trevor's not real, right?
I'm giving you a hard time.
I'm just making sure that you're not taking him seriously. I know he makes Sapphire blush, and that's basically what I'm doing it for.
You've got a thing for Sapphire, don't you?
No, but it's fun to see her blush.
It's okay if you do.
I don't really. Do
Somebody's
you?
talking about me, Finnick, right? My ears are itchy.
No. Thoughts
Not
like
what you
that
got
are not something that I found the time for.
Fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you did, though. Not saying she's not.
I'm not sure what that means.
Not saying she's not a pretty lass, but you know, I wouldn't fault you for taking a look as she goes as we watch her, like her and Pennick leave.
Well, I'm just. I feel offended, but
don't
also
get to.
flattered.
I am jealous.
You don't get to be. You don't hear this conversation.
Right.
Somebody is really talking about me. My ears are so itchy.
I'll scrooge them. Those scrooge humans?
And I just kind of, I'm gonna just kind of slug you on the shoulder and be like, don't worry about it. Everybody gets the urge.
Don't do that again.
Do what?
That. All of that.
Well, no promises.
That's fine.
I feel like
Anyway.
you see me naked.
Apart from you trying to push
we were in a hot spring.
your flirtations upon other people, you have other... it seemed as though you had other questions.
I mean, I've got a lot of questions and a lot of answers to be had, but overall, I'm just glad you two made it out of the ring that night.
Why did you really choose to go down there?
Be honest with myself, I thought at first it was because Chats was the only hope.
That didn't work out well.
I thought Chats was the only hope for the plane, for everything, for my town, for the mountain. But honestly, if we're getting a little sentimental, I've honestly gonna like you fellas quite a bit. Oh, don't give me the old man face.
Oh, gee. Well, why don't you just pucker up right now?
I mean, I could. If that's what you're into.
I'm not sure what this old man face is.
We keep on being ridiculed for our age.
I'm not ridiculing for it, but you definitely set it apart from the rest of the, and I point back to Sapphire and Phoenix still probably in the distance.
Not that age is my fault. I was stuck in an alternate dimension for years.
I'm not saying that it is, but just stop letting it be a thing. You're not an old man at heart, at the very least. So stop being one.
Not trying.
Yep, I'm not sure that I'm following. I don't know what we've done.
Well, you've got this thing like, yeah, I've adventured a really long time. I've been stuck in this really terrible place for a really long time. And you might have been. But you need to let that go. It's weighing your souls down, I can tell.
Yeah. I'll let go of that 20 years of my life
That's
now.
fair. That's
Say, real talk though, Rowan.
Aye?
That thing you do, you become a little more primal. Is it kind of like those creatures, or is it different?
Like, what creatures?
Were creatures, of course.
Oh, no, it's quite a bit different from it. My mom used to tell me a story way when I was a lad, that it was something to do with some kind of kingly heritage, but I highly doubt it. I mean, what kind of kingly heritage would make you turn from a man into a cat-ish person?
no, I can think of that being a real possibility, actually.
It's a fairy tale.
Or a furry tail.
So, oh boy.
Furry tail.
Furry tails.
Fairy tale, man.
Oh my god. Anyway.
A furry tail, not furry tail. A furry. It's not small.
Fairy tale is all based on reality.
Sure.
There's always some fact and myth. Okay, again, off topic. So, it is something in your bloodline that you get?
Almost definitely.
Your father or mother both had it?
Mother.
Mother.
She
Okay.
has it, didn't have it. Please don't refer to her in the past.
Very well, I don't know anything about you, Rowan.
Well, would you like to know?
That's one of those I don't know what to ask things.
I'm an open book.
We could have just been called Lord Dumb.
Lord, no. I love it.
New series coming soon. Lord.
Oh, that could be a spin-off. Where we talk about old characters. Lord Dumb.
This is the lore behind those characters.
All right.
Would you like to know?
Lord Dumb.
Back to the show.
Like I said, I'm an open book. Anything you want to ask?
Okay. Well, be honest, I've been asking the questions I want to know, and unfortunately, you don't have the answers for me.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know anything about a shady cat that met me outside the city.
Well, you obviously have history with Huda.
That's true.
Care to explain any of that?
Certainly. Before the mountain came to my town, my parents run the inn. I was quite a bit of shit. Get into fights, Got into quite a bit of fights, and my mother sent me to the abbey to do a bit of praying, inner reflection, all that. Wasn't until my uncle came to town that I learned a little bit of discipline from him the hard way, which isn't a bad thing. But it wasn't until the mountains came that we started having trouble, obviously, with an occupying force. And we learned to make the best of it. And at first they didn't give us any type of trouble. Come and, they'd get supplies. More than eager to willing for them to pay to leave. But eventually it turned into a full-blown occupation. And we had to do something about it. So my uncle says, why don't we build a fighting ring? Get the worst tendencies out between our two peoples. There's no better way to talk to a man than fist to fist. And so we built the fighting ring. One rule was no killing. It would usually be somebody from the guard against somebody that my uncle would train. When I came of age, my uncle taught me how to fight, and I did pretty well in my first couple of fights, except for my last fight. I refused to kill the man, and some big bloke decided to come down to the ring. I'd never seen him before, but the guards got all quiet, and he was a massive man, as you saw. And he told me to finish the job, and I'd never killed a man before, wasn't about to. He didn't quite take to that, so he jumped down to the ring and killed the guard himself. I mean, one of his own. It was, well, let's say I nearly shot myself. Being pretty young age and seeing a man's skull crushed underfoot is definitely a little bit traumatizing. And then he said that I was to fight, and he kept anybody from coming in the ring and beat me near to death. And that's when my uncle stepped in, and they went at it for quite a bit of time until Kudat broke his leg. I was saved that night until a few years later. He told me that time would come up when he would decide to take it out on me again. And so things got worse and worse every day. He took over the fighting ring and made it into what we saw that night. And so the last night I was to fight him, my uncle told me to run with my parents, and that's just what we did. He sat in the ring alone, and I haven't seen him since.
I'm sorry for all your family's been through. I don't mean to sound too pragmatic, but what kind of government did your town have before the mount?
We had a council of elders. It was pretty easy going. 3 or 4, 5 people at most, the eldest out of the town.
And
I didn't see any of them when I was in town, which is very strange.
well, that was my following question. After the were creatures became more bold and started occupying your town more and more, what happened to the state of your independence, your governance?
There wasn't any. It was Kudath all the time. Kudath and his thugs. They ran everything.
Were the elders or the council still present in some fashion?
I've never seen him since. No.
Alright, yes. Doesn't leave much of anything there. Only thing I think best to ask would be, is there anyone left in your town willing to fight?
I don't know. We were there for one day. Well, I mean, I was there for more, but I didn't get to see anybody else. But it seems like some of the were creatures may even be willing to fight. And I, pad, I'm assuming the sleeping werebear next to me.
Actually, him and Evelyn are taking pulls from his bottle that he pulled out of his bag. As she is obviously still very sad. She's not crying anymore.
Sure.
But he pulled out like a large jug that looks like stereotypical XXX on it, like
He's got some moonshine.
Yeah, like he's got some good shit. And they're both taking pulls from it.
I'll point to him. We don't think they're the only ones that see the hardship on the mountain either.
Well, I need to have a conversation with them as well.
Be nice.
Oh, I will. If you'll excuse me, I dip off to go talk to them.
So they're sitting over on the makeshift breakfast area. You guys sat down. There's several logs that you sat around like a campfire, and they're sitting in some of the logs drinking together. So you approach, and what do you say? What are you doing?
I say, hello there. How are you two doing?
So Clifton looks up from his bottle, and he doesn't look drunk or anything. He looks like he can hold his liquor, and he's like, "I'm good. I'm just helping Evelyn here. Help her forget about what happened. I figured it's the least I can do. And I don't know, just kind of hanging out. I'm getting kind of hungry though." As he looks over at Rowan and just whimpers a little bit.
There is a hunting party out. They are searching for food right now. I'm sure we'll have something soon.
I hope they have enough for me. And he, looks at himself. I eat a lot.
I assumed as much. I had some questions for you two, and I hope it's not imposing at an inopportune time, but I had some questions just about your lives, I suppose.
What about
So you two have both been were creatures from birth, correct?
them? Yeah.
Do you from who are born with these abilities, do you ever have trouble controlling your rage?
I mean, yeah, sometimes. I mean, do you mean me specifically, or
In general,
just, my kind?
your kind.
There are definitely some of us who turn to anger a lot easier. It's kind of part of the whole package. There are definitely times of the year that make things a little bit interesting.
What times of the year?
Well, for example, the full moon.
Which one?
All of them.
Oh, so any full moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he looks up at the sky and he's like,
Because there's 2 moons.
there are 2 moons, you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. They have different waxing and waning cycles? I don't remember.
I assume they do.
I might have to look that up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They're like 2 separate.
Yeah.
Like,
Whenever there's a full moon.
Super double moon.
Oh shit.
we always turned into like a megazord. And like,
Or
attack.
perhaps it's only when there's double full moons. I don't know. I might have to look this up.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah, when there's full moons, things tend to get a little hairy.
Is it everyone? Like,
Yeah, it's an incontrollable thing about were creatures.
is there any way that your people have learned to cope with it a bit better?
Usually the day after.
Oh, okay.
Things tend to get a little crazy, and we just kind of, rebuild and fix whatever, kind of shit went down.
How about this? You can just transform freely regardless of the moon, correct?
Yes?
Well, I've met some of your kind who they received the abilities, they weren't born with it, and they could only transform really when there was a full moon. They couldn't control the cycles. Is there anything special that lets you control your transformation?
No, not that I know of. As far as I know, it's how it's always been.
Have you ever known one of your kind that wasn't born with this, but was bitten or clawed and received it through transmission?
Nope. No idea. Roll two. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I understand. No question. Then one other. Well, I think I have 2 questions. The first is, have you ever known one of the tabaxis to receive this ability?
Nope, not that I can think of. And Evelyn, at this point, she says very slurred speech, and she says, "I've never heard of it either."
That's okay, dear. Then
Like she's not in this conversation at all. She just chimes in.
Interjection.
Yeah.
you should get some food into you. And then I'll say directly to Clifton, if I asked, would you impart your ability onto me?
You want to be a werebear?
It would be unprecedented, yes, but I I've been contemplating options lately, and to say the least, there's been some internal conflicts. And I've met people like you and Evelyn who you deserve to be on the mountain, but, and I know this may be hard for you to understand, but all people deserve to be free, including the Tabaxi. I need to find a solution where all parties have say in the governance of the mountain, and I need to become one of your people.
So what do you want to do with the mountain exactly?
I just want to make sure that bad people are no longer on the mountain and good people are ruling the mountain.
Spent a lot of time with rare creatures for not liking them. What do they call them? Val Shack Kick Hack? What was it he was yelling?
I feel like it's an 80s song, isn't it?
You should probably not say that word ever again.
What does it mean?
That's
What
a
did
Billy
he
Joel
say
song,
there?
isn't it?
I have no idea.
It's a Billy Joel song. Don't worry. Look it up.
No.
I like Billy Joel.
I know what song you're thinking of, but that is not.
He's definitely watching.
Anyway.
I'll sing it later.
So you want? So who do you want to leave? I'm confused. Who are the bad and who are the good? Are you saying because we enslaved your people we're bad and we shouldn't be on the mountain?
No. I'm saying that there are those who encourage bad things, like people that hurt families, or hurt daughters, or wives.
And as soon as you say that, you can see, like, his expression goes from, like, a happy, sloppy drunk to, like, slowly changing to almost like a angry to, like, a, not enraged right away, but, like, he's starting to build as soon as you bring up those things. And he, like, cracks the jug that he is holding as Evelyn quickly pulls it away from him and takes another swig. And he lets it go, obviously. But he says, those people...
There are plenty of bad people all around the world. I was born on that mountain over 200 years ago. I'm a very old cat.
But Tabaxi don't live that long. What?
I do.
I don't know the name, but that's what that's for you. Yeah, it's not.
Before your people came, I ruled that mountain.
As far as I know, cats have never rolled the mountain.
It was long before your time.
Yeah, must have been.
And the Tabaxi lived there for hundreds of years before your people. And they have a right to live freely on it. I recognize that you and Evelyn, and I'm sure many others like you, are good people who only want to live an honest life on the mountain. And I want to help bring that to them.
So you're going to try and overthrow Dominic?
If so be it.
That doesn't sound like a good idea. What's up there? I'm sorry. That doesn't sound like a good idea. I'm trying to make it sound like food. Oh, bother. Oh, bother. It doesn't sound like a very
It's
good
good
idea.
that I don't read my notes anymore. I don't even know what the hell that says.
But if I win, there will be space on the mountain for all creatures to live freely.
What are you
There
gonna,
will be justice for crime.
So wait, what are you going to do with, like, all the guards and stuff?
The gods.
Well, they're loyal to Dominic, obviously. Obviously.
All
Do you know that? Like, that's a name drop.
We did last time. Yeah, we asked about last time. But I wrote it down again.
I'm sure, like all people, there is nuance.
Oh, I think it's from.
And if there are good gods, they will be permitted and encouraged to stay. The bad ones will be told to leave.
Wait, So how are you gonna know which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones?
It's not going to happen overnight.
Are you worried that, like, some of the bad ones might stay and you might not know they're bad and, like, try and kill you or something?
Every day.
That doesn't sound like a great idea. Why would you want people who don't like you around?
I was very young when I left the mountain. I had not ruled for very long. But I've learned through my journeys that sometimes you have to make really hard choices. And sometimes they seem dumb, but they are the best choices you can make, not only for yourself, but for the people who depend on you. I think you have kind of a story like that, don't you?
I mean, yeah, but I just want to kill my daughter's murderers, so...
Have I seen, with my passive perception, have I seen him crack the joke?
Oh, yeah, easily. Like, he wasn't hiding it at all.
I'm going to bring over just a bit of bowl of porridge for him, because I know he's a hungry bear. Bit of porridge for him, just to calm him down.
Okay.
And will I have overheard that last part?
You have a very high perception. General passive perception. I'm assuming you guys aren't hiding talking about this. And Clifton's a loud guy, so
Yeah.
you guys, like, everyone in the near vicinity can hear this conversation.
Sure. So I'm gonna come over and I'll interrupt the conversation by handing Clifton a bowl of porridge, just to tidy him over.
And as soon as you do, he takes it in both hands and just cleans the bowl as fast as he can. Think of like a dog who has I can't remember the term where, like, they're afraid.
Food aggression.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like, they're afraid someone's gonna take their bowl away from them, and so they just eat it as fast as they can, almost to the point where they get sick because they eat it so fast.
You're gonna have to get Clifton one of those special swirly bowls. You have to, like, follow.
Use his giant bear tongue.
Yeah.
But as I hand him to the bowl and he's finishing it down,
What?
I'm going to say, but you know he's right, Clifton. Who's to stop other people from doing what they did to your daughter to somebody else's daughter?
I mean, yeah, it's not great, but I mean...
It can be better.
Are you just gonna kick them all off the mountain?
No.
Well, I think we should start with this Dominic person.
Let's
And
kick the bad guys off the mountain first.
I guess. Yeah.
Tell me right, friend. You wouldn't like to see anybody else's daughter hurt, would you?
Well, no, but I feel like you're just a couple guys, and they're a whole army. I mean...
We're a bit better than a couple guys. You've seen us fight.
Yeah, but...
And this here is Chats Casmussen. I don't know if you've been thoroughly introduced yet, but he's a legend.
I mean, I just know Cat's Youthson. We don't say that on the mountain. That's a bad word.
Oh, you're
You
bad.
see, he's the king that's promised to return.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he was the king of something before I was born. I don't know.
Yes, he's king on the mountain. You've heard your Tabaxi friends. I know you're not. I know you're smarter than that, Clifton. I know you've heard certain Tabaxis speak of.
No, he's not.
But Evelyn, how dumb is drunk Evelyn?
Oh shit!
She is like woozy at this point from having drank
Evelyn.
from the moonshine, and she's.
I'll have probably brought her some porridge too to help alleviate these.
Let me tell
I'll look down at her face and I'll just kind of slap her on the face a bit and I'll be like, Evelyn, have you ever heard of? And I forget the cat that she.
Oh, let me look that up. The one that she had the tryst with.
Yes.
Dorian. Doran, sorry.
Doran.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard Doran speak about the king who will return?
Yeah, I mean, he talked about it a lot.
What did he say about him?
All I remember is something about a cat king and, like, coming back, save our people, and, like, gonna liberate something? I don't know. It's like her eyes are like swimming in her head. Like, you can definitely tell she's having a hard time thinking about stuff right now.
No, like, Evelyn.
And she just like slowly tries to eat the porridge, and it just like goes all over her face.
I'll move as quickly as I can. I'll dart forward, move a little, move her hand like the spoon into her mouth. Just be like,
That's a good use of your monk skills.
it is, right?
Yeah, and quite easily you redirect her hand that was
Some Spider-Man shit.
It's like
Right.
deflecting missiles. I
Yeah.
mean,
Deflect
just
spoon.
deflecting spoons.
Yeah.
Do you spend your weekends working at the old folks' home?
If they need help, yeah. Anyway,
Mrs. Johnston, you're spilling.
you can't spill if I catch it.
So you manage to redirect her spoon back into her mouth, and she like eats it and slowly swallows some of it, and some of it like comes out of her side of her mouth.
I'll take a napkin or a hanky out and just kind of blot her mouth a little bit. And I'll be like, Evan,
Yeah.
I know you love Doran.
Yeah.
This is the king that's meant to return.
And she looks at you like you're like 20 feet tall. Like, whoa, you don't look like a king.
He's just missing his crown.
You don't look like a king. I don't remember her voice. You.
I don't think it was a scraggly.
No, it was just.
I mean, now she's
It was
Well,
just
can
a
you-
female
Female voice.
like high pitched, yeah.
Yeah, or a high pitched.
female
Yeah.
voice.
You don't look like a king.
Exactly.
Sure, this is her voice.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with
This
that.
is a generic female voice.
It's a little croaky. You're good.
Whatever. Anyway, you don't look like a king. Right, I'm drunk. I'm trying to remember how to be drunk and talk.
Yeah.
You don't look like a king to me.
Well, a king is just someone, an average someone, who leads their people to greatness.
I guess. I mean, Dominic's doing an okay job, I guess.
But it's under Dominic
is
that
she a
you
Trump
wound up in
supporter?
that
Oh,
cage,
excuse me.
Evelyn.
That's political.
Sorry, what were you saying?
It's because of Dominic that you wound up in that cage.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of cool, I guess.
And I grab her face and I'm like, but Kudat takes orders from whom?
Really, no one, but I mean, kind of.
You know he takes orders from this Dominic.
I mean, Kuda does kind of whatever he wants. I mean,
It seems to me that the structure of your current leadership system is very broken and confused by itself.
so I'm assuming you're walking over and not yelling from where you were. Unless you are yelling at whatever you want to be doing.
It's broken!
Yeah, but you were a small distance, depending on how far you wanted to be, from where they were.
Yeah, no one is quiet there.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
In response to,
Apple?
no,
Clifton?
Clifton's comment about how we're just a small group of people, Chats wants to say, I'd like to tell you the story of Raoul Catsmas.
Raoul Catsmas. Evelyn is trying to reiterate what you're saying.
I sit next to them and pull my flask out.
Everybody gets drunk. Why am I not drunk?
You're hunting.
No, that's what Rowan's thing.
Oh, right.
I probably shouldn't get drunk.
Raoul Catsmas was my ancestor, and she lived over 700 years ago now. And when she lived, the mountain had moved from its previous home, and it settled in a valley where the likes of men lived. The count there hated the tabaxi that lived on the mountain, and that they should just settle in his fields. And so he sent an army of 1,000 men, and Raoul Catsmas had only an army of 100. And yet, over the course of 10 days, they beat back the humans and sent them wailing away in such a fashion that the humans never again approached the mountain for 500 years. You may think that a small group is helpless against a great army, but I know better. It flows in my blood.
And Evelyn just starts clapping. Like, that was the greatest story ever.
Thank you.
Clearly did not gather any of it.
Oh, she was just entertained. And Clifton says, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I've never heard of that before, but I mean, if you guys did it before,
Of course, it's
Have
not a
you
story
heard
the werewolves tell you.
Any Tabaxi stories before now?
I mean, I heard some, like, in town of, like, slaves telling stories of people getting out and making, lives for themselves, I guess. But they're pretty rare. The guards are pretty good at rallying them, grabbing them. Like, you can see, like, he didn't have the right word, and he was just, like, for a couple seconds, and then he was just, like, grabbing them.
As I thought. Well, consider this the first official history you've ever heard of Tabaxi lives on the mountain. Look, I know this is strange for you to find yourself away from your home. You haven't seen justice for the crimes committed against your family. And you are working with a person that should be cleaning your home instead of fighting side by side with you. But I'm asking you, will you be an ally? And will you help me achieve what I'm trying to achieve?
Well, I mean,
A better life, not just for me, but for you too. For all the were creatures that are good at heart, that just want a simple life, a good life.
I mean, I'm a fugitive. I don't know how much help I can be. I mean, if I, go and talk to any of the guards or anything, I'll just get captured. I mean, and he looks over at Evelyn. We were planning on leaving as soon as we managed to get some supplies. I mean, that was the original goal, was to get away from the mountain.
Don't you yearn to go back to your home?
I have nothing to go back to. My wife left me. My daughter's gone. I mean, other than killing Tristan and Fabian, that's a pipe dream.
What if we start with that?
Do you want justice or not?
And he growls at you. Of course I want justice, but I don't think that's in the cards for me anymore. I would love to take them by their throats and eat their entire body, but and he, you can see the anger welling up inside of him, and then it subsides, and he says, I've given up on that dream a long time ago.
What if this small band of people could make that dream come true?
What if 100 soldiers could beat back 1,000 to get the justice you deserve?
This is some Thermopylae shit right here.
Roll me a persuasion check.
What's it?
What's the king?
Sad day.
That's 11. That'll work.
Still a 32.
Not that high.
Persuasion. 50.
He looks at you, and he looks at the rest of the band of fellows, and he says, I don't know how much help I can be, but as long as it doesn't get me thrown in the fighting pits again, I guess I can do whatever I can. And he looks over at Evelyn and kind of says under his breath, I just don't want anything to happen to her.
Well, what if we give you a job where you protect her and we deliver these assholes to you?
What kind of job would that be?
Just protecting her, staying out of sight. For now.
But where? I mean, are you...
Up on the mountain, someplace remote. Because we've kind of worn out our welcome here.
I mean, this place is pretty nice. I mean...
Yeah, but we can't stay here past the night.
Well, why not?
Because the owner doesn't want us in.
Is it because of us?
Boren is a werebear himself, but not by choice, and he does not appreciate the presence of were creatures. He, in one of these full moon rages, killed his wife, and I believe he harbors ill will towards your people.
I get that, but maybe we can just talk to him. I mean, maybe we could just share. And he points over at his jug. Share some of this, and maybe he'll change his tune. You never know.
You know what? If you can do that, great. I'm not going to put too much stock in it, but if they stay down here, it wouldn't be terrible.
It wouldn't be. This would be a nice area.
But it's up to Boren.
Yeah, there's no threat of anyone coming back down from the city to here, is there?
Unless the old hag sells us out.
Why would she? I thought she came down here to help us.
Well, there is definitely some concern there. She was not entirely thrilled once she found out you were a tabaxi.
Why? What did she say?
Just the usual rhetoric about how tabaxis are supposed to be slaves.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, if she's got the fear in her, she might report it.
I believe she's a good person, but fear can make even the best do some very terrible things.
This is just great.
So we might have to take him up after all. Feel a little bad for Boren because we might have put him in. But then again, nobody can come in his bubble that he doesn't, that harbor ill will towards him, but I guess...
I don't know how this works.
I don't know how magic works. I just overheard a bit of what he's talking about.
Okay. And no one thought to bribe the old hag.
I mean, you can only bribe so much, can't you?
Oh no, there's a cost. Everyone has a price.
Well, I did give her quite a bit of gold.
He did. I believe you mentioned that it might be best for all parties if she maybe try not to.
She forgot what happened? Forgot being...
I don't believe you specifically asked her to keep quiet for any...
Drop in the meta shield. I remember you paid her for her services.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember any, subtle hints or otherwise.
I didn't give her any hints, but I definitely gave her more gold than Finnick had.
Mm-hmm.
I think she took half, pocketed half of the money I gave him.
Okay. Well, anyway.
That was just me,
Meta shield back up.
maybe because he gave her a lot of money. I wasn't there part of it. But yes, I don't know if that was your exchange with her.
I didn't say it verbally, but I'm hoping the money will help tide her over until we get far enough away or up the mountain.
Well, regardless, we'll have to leave from here.
Wouldn't like to think that somebody from the Church of Angus would do such a thing, but fear does nasty things, just like Duke said.
Yes, I'm afraid whatever structure your society had that prevented people from doing ill will against each other has evaporated since you were here.
Almost certainly, there's nothing left of it.
Okay. Well, now I feel really bad about Boren.
If I remember right, when we came here, though, he said that somebody with ill will and intentions couldn't come in his bubble. Which might help him. But if somebody cancels the magic...
You remember, it was specifically anyone who is intending ill will towards Boren.
I mean, if it were just Boren, fine, but if we left Evelyn and Clifton here, I'd feel bad.
Yes, I think we'll have to take them. To what extent that turns into, I don't know. We may be able to stow them somewhere else in the fringes of the forest around the mountain.
I've not been on the mountain, so I don't know.
I mean, outside the borders of the mountain, the forest that we're in, closer to the mountain.
I think it's best to bring them up the mountain, don't you?
So long as we can find a good place to hide. I mean, I know that there's some places here and there. Unfortunately, the side we're deciding to go up on, there's the old terraces, the fields, and
which are not being farmed right now.
Which are not being farmed.
Which means they're just open.
Yes.
Which is a bad place to hide.
Yes. If there are any wild grasses, maybe that will help, but...
Clifton, Evelyn, why aren't the fields being farmed on the mountain?
They didn't provide enough food for everybody, so they had to...
Are they providing not enough or none?
Well, they had trouble growing stuff. I don't know if it was, like, the Tabaxi just didn't want to, and so they just did a bad job or something. I don't know. I just remember that they tried for a while, and it just didn't work out for some
That
reason.
was some terrific insight, Clifton. I'm sure they sabotaged the fields in hopes that it would drive away the occupiers.
There was a bunch of Tabaxi that got in trouble for something. I don't remember what, but
May have even poisoned the fields.
Well, if they salted the fields, I mean, that would definitely explain why they come down the mountain so often.
It usually works, too. They've got a hell of a result.
Yes, well, if you had essentially a fortress that could lift up and move somewhere else, you would want to hold on to that. The mountain is no joke. I mean, it has steep sides. There are sides that are climbable and some that even go flush with the ground when compared to the local topography, but it is still, there are very limited entrances to the mountain that are easy to access. It is very easy to defend, which is why you have to sneak on in the dead of night. Otherwise, I'm sure if any of the towers in, like, under Felix are still manned, I'm sure they are watching people coming and going. If, and they said that there were patrols all over.
Thought they said it wasn't that patrolled.
Well, I think the old fields are patrolled.
Guess we'll have to ask them when they get back. Speaking of, they've been gone a while. Where the hell are they?
So you told me you were going to be gone for a couple hours.
Yeah.
So it will be, probably like 3 or 4.
I feel like we catch everything we need pretty close to the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then I, find an open clearing that's not where we buried the body, and, spread out a blanket, and,
Have a picnic.
fucking lay down, and, I am so tired of all of them already. I just need a little bit of a break from them. So what do you say about just hanging out with me in the woods for a few hours?
I think
is that
we
how
could
they-
find something to do.
Yeah. I mean, we can, play a game. I got cards.
It's never good with cards.
Me either. I'm not the best at lying, so poker was never really... I was
The
never
game.
really good at it, no. Maybe not cards.
They just lay out, they eat a card each, and whoever has the highest wins.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
four.
yeah.
That's more, yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could,
Is there a
I know.
stream around? We could go for a swim.
Oh, yeah. Could we look
Bathe a
for,
bit?
a stream?
It's been a while.
A river? A lake?
Crick.
A crack?
Give me another survival check.
Okay, can I just give him advantage? Because it's got better survival.
On survival?
Yeah, because you guys have trekked through this a lot of this area, and you haven't found any rivers or really any moving water in the near vicinity.
Well, it's 21 or a natural 20.
Oh yeah,
Which would bring it to
Yeah.
a 26.
Yeah. So you scour the area. I don't know how far you guys necessarily want to go, but in the near vicinity that you guys look for any type of moving water, you find absolutely none.
Not even like a lake.
Not a lake, not a river, not a creek. There is no water running through here. And as you're searching through, you do encounter a lot of the black ooze that is slowly encroaching on the area. And I'm assuming you're not going too far into that area.
Away from all that noise, yeah.
But in the very near vicinity, but to the west of the mountain and this west of Taran, there's no lakes of water or anything like that.
Well, I know there's got to be water around here somewhere. Where did they get the water for the village?
I mean, you saw wells in the city.
Yeah, that's true.
Perfect.
Like ripping off a band-aid.
Got it down to a
Bam!
science.
So, I guess there's nowhere to go swimming.
You do know on the opposite side of the city is a very large mountain that probably has, like snow peaks and such. That might be a source of water.
Not the mountain that's Chats's mountain.
Different mountain range.
Well, let's go there.
It's quite a trek to get over there.
How much of a trek?
Like a good couple hours one way.
If we discovered a hot spring, that would be amazing. Imagine a hot spring scene.
Hot spring episode.
I kind of want to do it anyway, but I know it's dangerous for us to travel that far away from camp.
Probably not the wisest.
No.
But
Okay. Well,
I don't need to go back to them, but I know we promised to help.
I feel obliged to assist them. I have to honor my mother's last wishes.
wanna see
I
Rowan
think
sound
that
free.
she may have some things to say to me if I did. I know she's dead, but I can still hear her.
That's how it works. And I don't know what the dragon will do to your mother's body. She probably know he just will bring her alive.
Duke? I'm a little bit concerned about him keeping her corpse in a freezer, basically, like a cool chamber where it doesn't, go foul. I mean, because it's a timeless space. I don't know if you understand the portal thing, but it's a little
Not a
concerning.
player like you.
It's a little concerning, and he told me maybe she wants to come back. That's why he's keeping her body in there? That's crazy, right?
You don't think they have ulterior motives, do you?
Honestly, I mean, I know Chats was in love with my mother, but I honestly think maybe Duke was too, and that's the reason why he just can't let it go.
I didn't know dragons to love.
I mean, everybody's capable of love, probably. I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable, but
My chest always gets tight when we talk about it.
you should get that looked at.
My heart.
I just really like to avoid that conversation with people, just talk about something else right away. What? You said you love me?
Fill that space.
Nope, we're gonna talk about, look at the moon! Moons! Look at that, they're almost full! That's cool! Right?
I mean, last night it's daytime now, so
Yeah.
you can't see them.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm making an example. Yeah. My theory is that maybe Duke also secretly was in love with my mother, and that's why he's keeping her body, and that's the reason why Chats and him secretly have this, subtle hatred for each other. Now you sense it, right? There's
I don't know
something,
if subtle's the right word.
there's some tension between them, right? At first I thought lovers, but
Brothers or lovers?
but then Chad's talking about how much he loved my mother, and I thought maybe it was a platonic thing, but then he yelled at Duke about it, and I realized, no, it was definitely a romantic thing, and now I'm kind of a little bit thinking maybe they were rivals, My mother did have a way about men.
The popcorn here.
Do you have a 0 passive insight?
No, she definitely has.
No, she's a really high passive insight,
Yeah.
but she doesn't understand romantic stuff at all, so...
Okay.
Yeah, but clearly Duke probably just really respected Celeste.
Are we just two virgins in the woods?
Sapphire's not a virgin.
Whoa!
Yeah.
was
Cynic's a virgin!
even with who?
They were saving
was
themselves.
engaged.
It's true love.
Oh man, no.
Lord Dump.
Yeah.
Lord Dump.
Yeah, her passive insight's pretty high.
Don't you remember when Sapphire said that she could entice the guard?
I just thought you was flirting. You didn't know you were a slut. No slut shaming. Takes
It
one
was
to know
one time. I'm not
Again,
a slut dad.
Finnick, I don't know a lot about the whole love thing, but I do know that my mother liked to sit around, and maybe she slept with them both even.
At the same time?
Oh God, I hope not. I can't look at them both the same way again after that thought.
The young kids just speculating what the old people are doing.
Just wash that out of my eyes.
Soon there's
Oh,
a special potion
no,
they had
God.
to drink, right?
Do you
No,
want some
I
eye
really no, Finnick, no. I hope that it was in separate occasions, in separate rooms. I don't want to think about it.
Either.
Well, why are we talking about this?
Because you brought it up.
I know. I'm sorry.
It didn't even go downhill. It just went off the fucking cliff.
What do you want to do? Because I don't want to go back right now. I just want to hang out with you.
And you hear in your head, it would have been really nice the first time.
My source wants to fuck.
Are you blushing? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Let's
You-
go this
you
way.
have a
And he just
few-
points in a direction.
You should have took Rowan's flask.
Mm.
Okay. Do you have a fever? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
He just walks away quickly.
Okay, we're doing this again where you walk away from me and then I'm standing here in the clearing by myself. Okay, whatever, I'll follow
It
us.
was covered with dead animals.
Yeah, I got like
God.
attached to like my pelts
Yeah.
and stuff. I got a couple of them stringed along my bow. Yeah. Wait, it's dangerous to go alone.
Here, take this.
Here, take this.
Throw his sword in back.
At least take a squirrel.
Take a squirrel! Take a squirrel.
Beat him with this.
That reminds me of Rat Race when there's a chick that's trying to sell people squirrels, and
They're like taxidermies.
and then she sends them to their death essentially.
Yeah.
Because-
Yeah.
A squallet? Can we make a squallet?
Oh, what?
It's
A squirrel wallet.
a squirrel wallet. You make a
Oh.
squirrel and you like a zipper on the belly and you can put stuff in it.
That's disgusting.
One of the girls I
purse.
went to college with, I think, is
Okay.
mucking around with taxidermy, and I think
Oh.
she makes squallets.
Oh.
Okay, Finnick, I know what
Okay.
I want to do while we're out here in the woods, away from people.
Official squall coming out.
No
When
Sounds fun.
when we were in town, I bought a couple of musical instruments.
Oh, what did you buy?
I bought a lute and a flute. I don't remember what the other instrument was.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was a
What
lute.
rhymes with those two?
Yeah, a lute, a flute. No, I think I bought
And a boot.
a lute or a lyre or
It's a
something,
percussion instrument.
and little panpipe or something. I think. The panpipe was rusted and needed it needed some love, but I think the lute is mostly functional. It's a little old and a little dirty, but I think I could play it. Play some music.
I love it.
Okay.
Did your mom teach you these
She
songs?
did. She had us all take music lessons. She said, "Music is the passion of the heart." Shit, I don't know.
Doesn't sound like a very
Sounds like a slut.
I don't know, if you add a slur to it, it
Yeah.
could be about right.
I think really what it
Music's
was
the passion of the... I
was
don't
that
fucking know.
Father Isaac said, "Go and spend time with your children," and she was like, "Fuck, I'll teach them music." That's what I think. Anyway.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and then Onyx broke his weapon because he didn't want to play with it. And
Probably used it as a weapon.
he probably did use it as a weapon. He did.
He broke his
he broke his
instrument
to use it as a weapon to fight like he was with practice dummy or whatever. He's not artistically inclined at all. Anyway, I'm gonna try and play some music with a lute, I guess.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Performance check.
I think she just played Stairway to Heaven, right?
It's a 10.
Okay.
Oh, bad.
So it's definitely the lute that you got is a little out of tune. It takes it a little bit to put it back in tune. At least what you can probably guess is in tune.
Sure. It's not very good.
What type of song are you trying to?
I start playing a Ganassi lullaby. Sure, why not? Yeah, let's go with that. I start playing like a Ganassi lullaby, and I sing in Aquan. Is that what? No, not Aquan. What's the air Ganassi word?
Oh, wow.
It's primordial, but it's just like the air Ganassi equivalent, like side
dialect.
Yeah.
I'm looking at air elemental quickly because they speak it as well. It is Orin.
I start singing, so you don't know what I'm saying, but I start singing in Orin. It's a very
everything's gonna
Yeah.
be alright.
and maybe it's not really
lullaby.
like a lullaby, but more like a sad kind of like kind of like a mourning kind of song. Yeah, so it makes sad.
Boy?
Let's make it sad.
Just singing Danny Boy.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Which calls to Rowan because the pipes are calling and.
The fuck is that?
Did you hear it drift upon the
Yeah.
moors?
I recognize that.
So
follows them.
But like I forget
It's
some
so
of the
hypnotic.
lyrics and some of the notes, so I like stop and I think about it and then I keep going again. Yeah,
you've definitely heard way better performances.
sure.
Perhaps even from Pepper. I mean, she can have some musical inclination. It's up to you. But it's definitely, you know, some soothing, kind of dreary.
Or like,
Yeah, she definitely
Yeah.
hits a bad note.
I do it. Shit.
he just like pulls up his cloak. He's like,
coming. You probably have really
Perfect.
tender
yeah, like
ears, too.
very like.
Yeah.
Your ears definitely go back.
Like they're like-
I accidentally twinge a string and it even makes my ears go, and then I stop. You go, okay. Well, I haven't actually played a musical instrument in a while, so I'm a little rusty. I don't even know why I bought this damn thing, except for a bit of nostalgia for my childhood. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it awkwardly back in my bag. Let's go back to camp.
Yeah, they're probably hungry.
Unless there's anything else you want to do.
I'm okay.
Okay, we're gonna go back to you three. So, as you guys are sitting by Clifton and Evelyn, Evelyn is gonna get up and saunter over to you. Definitely not as drunk as a little time has passed, but she's definitely stumbling a little bit. And she comes over and sits next to you on the other. So Clifton's on one side, Evelyn's on the other. And she turns to you and tries to take your hands in her hands. Depending if you let her.
Yeah, I'll let her.
She'll reach for your hands.
Okay.
And she looks you in the eye and says, "I really appreciate what you did earlier. It was really really nice, and I'm sure Gregory would have."
What's my honor to lay him to rest?
And she puts her hand on your face that has you still look pretty fucked up. I mean, you can have rolled some dice to get this back, but you definitely have some wounds still.
Yeah.
And she reaches up and puts her hand over you and says, "I wish I could help with that. I'm not a magic-y person. But time wounds heal. Time." You can tell she has a thought, but she can't articulate it.
Time heals all wounds.
Yeah, that's really.
Yes, it is.
But you want to take the mountain back, right?
Yes.
That sounds really tame.
It won't be easy, but we can also put an end to the fight pits. We can take the people who are in power out of power so that they don't sentence innocent people to die.
That does sound pretty nice, but I don't know how much help I can be. I feel like it'd just be easier if we left.
On the contrary, Evelyn, you could be the most help.
How?
Well, as Schatz was saying earlier, you'd be a witness to what's right and wrong on the mountain.
I mean, we would just be hiding, right? That's what the plan is.
Yes, and once we free the particular area, you could let everyone know, what is right, what is wrong.
Well, I'm no judge or executioner or...
You're not a judge, you're not an executioner. But
I
you know what
don't-
you are? You're a witness.
Yeah.
You know what was wrong in that fighting pit when you were forced to kill Gregory.
As soon as you say his name, her lip quivers and you can see her eyes tear up, but she doesn't.
And I
start bawling. or anything.
stroke her face a little bit just to calm her down, and I will say, you know who did it to you.
Yeah, I know.
And you know there's more people like that on the mountain.
I know.
And you know who helped free you from that.
Yeah, and she looks at you three and Clifton.
And I'll pat him too.
Yeah, thank you, all of you. I don't know what I would do if not for you all. I don't know how I can repay you. I mean,
Letting the people, the fine folk on the mountain know that this kind of injustice, this tyranny, will not stand anymore.
There has to be more like you. There has to be more that want a different way, that want to love who they want to love and who want to live freely without persecution for their choices.
I mean, probably, but that sounds real difficult. I do not envy you guys at all. I mean,
You don't have to, and I'll take her hands as well, I'm going to say, you don't have to envy us, but if you can tell one soul or two souls about what we did, and they'll tell two souls, and they'll tell two souls.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if that can help.
It will help more than you know.
Evelyn, you could be the pebble whose ripple in the water creates a tidal.
That's really pretty. I'd like to be a pebble.
An adorable one at that, and I'll give her drunk cheek a little pinch.
Which is warm to the touch, of course.
Sure.
And as you do, you I think you both have very high passive perception.
Yes.
You both see from the south, where Boren's house is, a figure starts approaching your little encampment. And as you guys take notice, well, you see this out of the corner of your eye, something approaching. Are you doing anything differently as you sense something approaching?
Look up to the figure and try and see who it is.
You recognize it as Boren pretty easily. And you can see he is wiping his hands off from having just tilled his garden. He looked pretty dirty.
I'll get up and start walking towards him to meet him.
Okay. So as you approach him, he says, "What happened to you?" As he points at your scars, your open wounds.
I feel like Rowan just punched him a lot, so it's lots of bruises.
It's a lot of lumps.
Yeah.
Finnick also
I got him in the side.
I killed him.
Yeah, you stabbed him.
Most of his visible stuff is bruises. Lumps.
A unfortunate incident involving an item of ill origins, we'll call it. It's been disposed of. It's no longer on the property, so no worries there.
What happened to it?
Well, it's hard to explain, but it was tossed into an extra-dimensional plane through a portal made by an axe.
And you can see he takes in what you say, and he's just like, "Yeah, that makes sense," but not really at all. Like you passively can insight that he doesn't really understand what you're saying, but
Yeah,
he's
man, sure.
A lot of things don't make sense anymore, especially from my perspective. Believe me, I just want to apologize for all the ruckus that we've caused here, especially this morning. I've heard that you're not keen on these creatures staying on your property, and I understand that. Believe me, I've had my own coming to terms on that issue myself. And I know that obviously you have a bad history with that. And I just want to personally apologize. I know that I may not have made all the decisions that led to the circumstance, but I definitely don't want to put such a courteous guest in such an imposition.
I appreciate you apologizing for bringing those folk here, as well as why was Agnes here? Why?
As I told you, there was that object that it cursed me. Let's just not mince words. And she came to remove the curse, and she did. She did what she was paid to do.
I mean, it's good that you found someone to help you, I guess, but I would really... And he stops and says, I guess it won't be a problem soon, as you guys aren't staying. But I would have liked some heads up before you start inviting people that any glances over at the two sitting with you that I don't necessarily approve of.
I understand. This whole situation is unfortunate, and it started many years ago, and it just continues to pull unfortunate victims like yourself into the fray of it, and I hope that we haven't caused any damage by inviting these unwelcome guests to you.
I hope not. I mean, I'm pretty safe, I would assume, as long as they aren't here to hurt me. But I don't know about your friends. I can't. Obviously, they got in, so they aren't directly going to hurt me. But who knows with those type? If they go off on a hinge for some reason, they might just rampage and destroy this whole place. I mean, they can't control themselves. And I can't believe that you, of all people, would help them.
I can't believe it myself. When I first left the mountain where I was born, I vowed that I would return and that the scourge that had attacked us would be permanently driven from our lands, only to find that they've been overrun. And not just that, but these people now live there. And they've made it as much their home as it was mine years and years ago. I was born into a family that led to taxis. And sometimes leadership comes with very heavy, difficult choices. And sometimes that means accepting those who you once thought were enemies as your allies.
And as you say that, like, you can see his expression changes from, like, a concern to almost like a disbelief. Like, how is that possible?
Because I've been gone for over 2 centuries, and these two you see here, they were born and raised there, just as my child was.
He looks over on wrestling with Clifton. Just play wrestle.
Oh, okay. Like, are you talking like arm wrestling? Or are you talking
No. We're like rolling wrestling.
Oh, okay.
How can you contain yourself from falling asleep on his soft, cushy body?
It's just like motorboating him.
You're so soft.
You're so soft.
It's not easy anymore. It's
facing your dog.
Mm-hmm.
That bear, he lost his daughter to people who took advantage of the situation, who took advantage of the leadership of the mountain. And that crying rat woman lost her husband because of the evil mages that are in the employ of the ruling class. It's been very difficult for me. Don't make it out to be something that's not, but I've come to realize that they're as much a victim as I am, as much a victim as all people are, or my people. And if this mountain is my birthright, then these people are my subject as well. And it is my duty to lead them in the best way that I can, to free them from their oppressors and to give them a better life.
So he looks at you and looks back at them and says, why would you want to help them make a better life? They are animals. They don't deserve your mountain.
Yeah, as much an animal as I am.
But you're as much a man as I am. How can you associate them with you? I mean, you're no animal.
They aren't either. They may have things they can't resist, but they are smart, some more than most. And they also care. They have love and feelings. They have sadness and anger and hatred. They are as complex as any other creature I've ever met.
He takes out some keys and jingles it above your head.
Don't mock me, sir.
That was just for me.
Oh darn! Now I have to get it. I have to get it.
It's like Brian, just like, oh, ball.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was going for. But chats did not take the bait. I wanted you to like go into an instance and be like, anyway. He doesn't actually do that. Okay. But he does say, I understand that they have their own problems. Perhaps my prejudice has gone too far. I don't know. I feel uneasy with that type of unbridled rage nearby, if you know what I mean.
You are entitled to every feeling you've ever had about them, because you've only ever known them acting under the guidance of the evil that rules them. I don't want to be any further burden to you. Think about it. Without making a long story of it, I've changed more times than you possibly imagine. And it's good. Each time you learn a little bit about yourself. Be open to it.
Oh, yeah, persuasion check.
It's a 10.
So he looks at you, and looks back at the two wrestling, and says,
I'm now tickling him.
and he's letting out, like, growls and, like, because, people can't laugh as a bear.
Imagine if he does laugh, it's kind of like a snort growl.
Or like a ho, like, yeah. And he says, I'm just not there yet.
I understand.
Well, I just wanted to make sure you're all right. I saw the scuffle this morning, and I was worried that they did that to you.
I'm perfectly fine. It was my own foolishness that led me down that road. Let me see. Here, as I said, you've been a very kind host to us. I feel like we owe you something, and I'll reach in, and I have a gold ring worth 25 gold. A little token of my appreciation. You could probably hawk it for something pretty nice in the market.
And he takes it and looks at it, and it looks like a nice gold ring. I'm assuming you got it from Barovia.
Yeah.
And he says, interesting. I'm not much one for hawking, as you say, but I don't wear jewelry, but maybe there's something special about this one.
Maybe. It's cursed. It is not cursed. This is just a regular gold ring. We've tested it.
Have you test?
Yes, this is old. I was going to make this into the Spare of Dying ring, but...
Well, thank you. And he looks you over one more time and says, if you get rid of them, you can come back. But I still don't feel comfortable with them.
Okay. I'll rejoin the, I don't even know what to call you two right now.
The group.
The wrestling.
I'm wrestling a werebear.
Yes, you're wrestling a werebear.
So as you make your way back to the group, these two come out of the woods, and come through the bubble, of course, and start. You guys come together.
Set up the smokery.
And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Do you like supporting artists? Do you like nerdy things like Dungeons and Dragons? Then Co-op Creations SD is the store for you. You can find adorable dragons, menacing mind flayers, and jealous jelly cubes to accompany you on your adventures. Need a way to safely transport your math rocks? Then their homemade dice bags will keep your click-clacks warm. Stop on by their Etsy page soon, as stock is limited.
So, back from break, we will pick up where we left off, where everyone is coming together, either finish talking to Boren, or making their way back from their hunting trip, or tickle fighting with
A werebear.
with a werebear.
It's fine.
Go ahead.
So, what would you guys like to do?
What'd you guys knock over?
So it's like, what now, an afternoonish?
Yeah, it's probably getting close to like 4 o'clock.
Well,
Oh, this is a hell of a day.
who the fuck are you?
So did these two come back yet?
Yeah, you see.
Yeah,
you see
they
them-
Yeah, I feel like we get
Yeah,
into
I'll
the
take-
clearing and then I see this and I'm just like, what are you doing?
He needed a good tickle. He's had a rough day. Rough couple days. He needed a laugh.
I mean, we've all had a rough couple of days. You gonna tickle all of us?
Do you want to be tickled?
No, no.
Trevor would be really
No,
good at
God,
being
she gets
tickling.
really flustered and like her cheeks turn a little bit red.
I
No,
turn a little bit slyly to Duke and kind of wink at him.
No! Oh God. Okay, I just throw a dead squirrel at you.
I will start to take the meat off of Finnick and Sapphire and conduct a smoking tent to over the fire to smoke meat. So probably take like 6 hours.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a cooking check. It's probably your survival. Right.
So I think what we said was performance last time.
Is it performance?
That's just like what you had me roll last time for.
Performance doesn't sound right. Because
Oh.
performance is supposed to be like...
Maybe it was survival.
Survival makes way more sense.
Yeah. Because performance is delighting an audience with music, dance,
Yeah.
acting.
Fair
stuff.
enough.
Yeah.
That or a straight intelligence check, but he's
Yes.
good at cooking, so
Yes.
that would mean his
Plus
proficiency, so
Yeah.
probably survival, I'm guessing.
So it's a 25.
Yeah. So you managed to set up a small little area. It does obviously have some smoking that comes out of it. But it takes you a while to put this all together. So you're a little sequestered for the remainder of the evening.
That's what I'll do.
I will. My survival's not so good, but if you need any help skinning things, I need my aid.
Well, I think finding the meat's just fine. I'll handle the prepping.
That's probably for the best, actually.
Yeah, why don't you, and I take my flask while I'm waiting, and I pour her a little meat. Why don't you go sit down and have a chat by the other fireside with the lads?
Didn't want this.
Now you got it.
I take a drink. I go and sit down over by Duke.
She's found a read.
Hi, Duke. Can we talk? It's not a bad talk like it was last time.
Okay.
Watch out, she asked, can we talk?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
And how else do you ask to have a conversation with somebody? Could we partake in a conversation for a
No.
brief moment?
It is an odd choice of words.
Why? You're taking away Eric.
I was putting Eric back in frame,
Oh.
thank you.
Oh yeah.
I may have given the thing an elbow check when I got up.
Yeah, it's fair. People's not going to get it.
What were you saying?
I wanted to talk.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Not in a... Rowan made it seem like it was a bad thing for me to ask it in that way.
Yeah.
Let's chat!
That is a better way to word that. Okay. Was there something you needed to say?
Well, I've never asked you this, and Finnick made me wonder why I hadn't, so I am asking now. Why do you need an army?
Why do I need an army?
Yeah. Multiple of them, it seems.
It's not necessarily multiple. It's just one very big one.
Okay.
But I want to stop a lot of bad people. And think of it much like what we're doing here for chats. I'm just hoping...
So your people are enslaved and you're trying to free them from oppression?
Well, not exactly, but that's pretty close.
And you need an army to do it? Multiple armies? Are you also a king of a mountain? A floating city. You told me about a floating city.
No, it's not a floating city, but it is a large city. Not really a king. That's not how we... I no longer have a role, but I did.
Okay, so you're not a king, but you had a role. So was it like a democracy and you were one of the rulers? One of the...
I believe that... I'm trying to think of...
Would it be easier if we talked in Draconic?
No, I'm unfamiliar with forms of governments that other people of this world have that would best suit the way to explain my people. I've been made aware that there are other types of Dragonborn. They're not the same.
I've met other Dragonborn, yes, but most of them have grown up and lived in not the society you came from.
Yes.
So
there is another continent that we are sort of from. At least now we are from there.
Sure.
It's more like there are multiple groups.
Like factions.
Sure.
Or tribes.
We like to call them clans.
Sure.
And each of them has a person selected within the family that is elected, and they typically will serve for life.
Okay. I think I understand.
But then each of those commune with the other leaders.
So it is like a group of people that kind of make the decisions for the majority of their clans.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. I
believe that my understanding is this does have similarities to what you might see as a democracy, but that's...
Yes.
Because...
Although I believe that there's usually someone who rules over the next step up, you know.
Yes. That's where it gets more complicated. There's an extra step. Yes.
Okay, well I get that. So what happened to your people then if you need an army to help? This doesn't seem like maybe it's the way that it was when you left now.
Well, no. And we didn't leave willingly. It was more like coup.
That sounds familiar.
Unfortunately, it seems as though all of us seem to be here under the ill-gotten gains of others.
We do have a lot in common that way. Yeah.
So, I know that because my people are very militaristic, fighting a strong faction like that is not something you can do with a small group.
No, you need a very large army, I think.
Precisely.
Well, I think I understand you a little bit. One of Mother's last wishes was to help you. She seemed to have a lot of faith in you.
Well,
but I didn't know why. Now I do. Maybe.
She and I had a mutual agreement.
I'll help if I can.
I'm not asking you to pay your mother's...
I've seen a lot of suffering, believe it or not, in the last 3 years among my mother's people, my people, I guess. It's not too dissimilar to what Chats's people are going through, what your people might be going through. It's unfair. I can't just walk away from it, knowing that it exists.
Well, it's unfortunately a type of evil that runs rampant throughout the world. We are an incredibly honor-bound society, unfortunately, when certain Dragonborn are not good, I suppose, is the simplest way to put that. Because we are so driven to excel, they tend to be some of the worst.
Was the coup done by another one of your kind?
It was.
What did they do?
They systematically killed almost everyone else.
Oh shit! Like,
they eliminated any other form of the upper level levels of government.
How did you escape then if you were in that position?
I had help from a certain friend.
Make the portal.
Yes.
So is that how you met him?
No, I knew him some time ago, and he had been able... Unfortunately, he broke some rules in telling me, but there are some things that you may be able to know the future. There's sadly nothing you can do to change its course. This would have occurred no matter what we tried to do.
Well,
The worst thing was knowing and not being able to tell people.
Wait, like you in advance it was going to happen? Like,
Yes.
Can your friend see the future? No, he lives in a place
He
outside of
doesn't
time, so
see
he probably just saw it happen and then...
He can experience it.
That makes more sense to me than you would think, honestly.
Well, I'm glad, because most people just immediately glaze their eyes.
It's strange. Other dimensions or other planar areas, time flows differently. It flows, but differently. You come back to the material plane and no time at all has passed, or lots of time.
Right.
Or you might forget your time completely. So, time is a very strange and ever-changing thing. So, that makes sense. I get it. I don't know how, but it's not something I maybe need to know.
His theory is that it's its own entity. It makes up its own mind.
Does that mean that... Is your family dead, then? I know you mentioned you had children. So.
I am unfortunately unaware of most of my family. I am aware that at least 2 of them survived.
How many did you lose?
The best count that I can gather is at least several hundred.
That's a
But-
very large family.
Well, I mean more of... They eliminated several hundred of
your
from
kinsmen.
the upper government.
Oh, okay. That's still a lot.
When
Yeah.
they clearly had planned this.
For a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like this does not occur so simply, especially when you understand that we are a very large society.
Did you ever find out a motive? Why? What was the purpose?
I don't know the exact reason. Given the drive that we have, simply the best I can come to is they are just the worst of us, and that's all they wanted, was to be the ones in charge of it all, instead of help decide. They wanted to be the ones who were the end-all be-all.
Wow. Thanks for telling me. It seems like it's really hard for you to talk about yourself or talk about things related to your history.
I'm concerned that telling people will put them in harm's way.
You probably can't put me in any more danger than I'm already in.
Well, I suppose that may be true. You do have your own headhunters chasing.
The others, though, I mean, it seems like maybe they could potentially be in some danger from knowing this kind of information. Who knows?
If I knew it was safe, I would tell more.
I believe that.
I don't mean to be disingenuous.
Oh, I know. I joke that you've got ulterior motives, but I think you're a good person, even if you don't really believe it yourself.
Those kinds of beliefs are in the eyes of the beholder.
Well, my mother believed in you.
No, your mother was a good person.
Now that I don't believe.
It's
I'm starting to learn, too.
in different ways.
Oh, well.
She may have been, I'm not sure the best word to use to describe her, but...
Crazy. Insane?
Sure. Well,
High strung.
she meant well, but she wasn't sure the best way to go about it. How many people are?
It's true. Very true.
We're all just victims to the world.
And circumstance.
And circumstance is a bitch.
So what the hell are we going to do on that mountain?
Well,
You got any plans?
I've got plenty of plans. It seems as though they may not work that well.
Well,
But
plan that doesn't
sometimes you
work
just
that well?
got to do it live.
Yeah, hey! You're learning.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
I think that going in with a plan and it not coming to, completion is better than not having a plan at all.
Well, having a plan that you can alter throughout the course is usually the best way to handle things.
So our plan is...
The information the two of you have acquired in your visit to Shaggy Paw definitely helped.
Well, that's good. I wish we would have stayed longer and got more information, but I really wasn't sure how safe it would be to travel the roads to the other towns.
Well, it may have been for the best that you chose not to stay.
Yeah, you all would have all been in jail by the time we got off the mountain.
I know Chance and I are very good at getting ourselves into trouble, but we are also skilled at getting ourselves out.
I will believe that when I see it, Dick.
That's unfortunately one reason why it would have been much easier to have your mother around to tell you.
Well, she's dead. So...
At the
Also,
time, yes, that is certainly the case.
I have a question for you in relation to my mother.
Yes.
I look over at Chad's. I kind of lean into you. Are you in love with my mother?
No.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I get a weird vibe.
So you're sure now?
It's still debatable. I mean, I know he was.
Yes, he has said as much.
Yeah, he screamed it at you in anger while he was cursed.
Yeah, it was not one of the things I would have expected him to say at the time. But it happened.
Well, you say weird things when you're cursed. Probably. I've never been cursed. Have you been cursed?
No?
Okay. Has Chat screamed weird things at you before, or the other time he's been cursed?
Looking at Chance, may have said a thing or two.
So, maybe it's just a Chat's curse thing. Or maybe it is a cursed in general thing, and none of us have been cursed to know.
None of you have been...
Have you been cursed, Rowan?
Can't say that I have.
What about you, Finnick?
Not
Cursed?
that I can remember.
I guess from a certain point of view.
Oh, we're all just saying this in front of me?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Cool.
Raise your hand if you haven't been cursed.
Aw.
Oh.
No hard feelings, Chats. It just seems that the Dragonborn would be the one that liked the shiny things that could curse him. But
I feel like that seems a little personal.
you mentioned before
It's
that...
true, but it's,
I stand up and I say, Finnick, I request your assistance for a moment.
Be nice.
I will.
Be nice.
Okay, I'll stand up and...
Could you help lead me back to the clearing where we buried the body earlier?
Yes, I can show you back.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt your
He's gonna kill Finnick in the woods.
Right.
I say as
You
I
want
walk
that
away.
in character anyway,
I
right?
got a couple.
I'm not okay with
But
the
Chance
murdering.
is still looking a little wounded.
Oh yeah, beat him up.
You were the one that brought him down last time.
Yeah. I can do
So
it
what
again.
did you guys talk about when Finnick and I went hunting? What did you guys do? Just hang out?
yes, pretty much actually. But
What's the wrestling?
just trying isn't...
You should just, yeah, man, I'm just here.
Clifton looks over at you and makes
Just
eyes
trying
like,
to relax more.
hey, you want to wrestle? Like, we
2 gold on Clifton winning.
Spark.
He just goes back to
Well, you're no fun.
What about you and Finnick?
What about us?
Well,
go ahead and roll me survival. If you're just letting him guide you, you can just let him do it. If you're trying to help him, you can give him advantage, or you can roll independently. It's up to you.
Sure, I'll give it an advantage.
24.
Yeah. So pretty easily. I mean, you were there earlier today.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy to
It's
find.
all the same day, guys.
Yeah,
Right.
it's pretty easy to find the path back to the clearing. And as you do, I mean, you see the fresh dirt that was previously there. It's like the area is not cleaned up at all. Like, because like Clifton was fairly messy when he was digging out the grave and putting the dirt back in. So it's definitely, it doesn't look nice, but it's...
We patted it down.
No, I mean the surrounding area, not the grave itself.
Gotcha.
The surrounding area.
When we get there, I stoop down and I start digging just to the side of the grave.
Okay.
A smaller hole. Just yay big.
Okay.
So deep. And I'll take out Celeste's ashes and I place them down inside and start pushing the dirt over top, and I'll say, I know this isn't the body that you claimed to be your own, but it's the last memory I have of you. I don't know what Duke has in mind with your other body, and I don't know what the future holds. I miss you, and I think it's time to move on.
So after you say your speech and finish covering up the small grave that you done for her, you feel a little breeze come through the trees and kind of brush your fur apart. Kind of like a knowing sensation as you your ears twitch a little bit, and you finish the preparations for this grave. Are you giving any like inclination? Like, are you putting like a rock or anything as like a tombstone or anything?
Yeah, I'll try and find a decent rock to kind of mark the spot. Once I'm done with my work, I'll pat my hands clean, and I'll turn to Finnick and say, the real reason I wanted to ask you out here is I had some questions.
My question is, what are you burying?
Old flame. Sapphire's mother, at least her last incarnation. What's left of her, anyway.
Do you plan on telling her she's here?
Duke still has her proper body. I don't know if this is right or wrong. I didn't feel like this would be proper for Sapphire. I think that's between her and Duke now, and the remains he keeps. I will admit that at the time when he kept the remains in his friend's portal, I was on board with the idea, but as time passed, I just get this inclination that she's not coming back, and it's time to move on, and so this was my gesture towards that. Look, I will discuss this with Sapphire and myself later, but I did have a question for you, which was, how do you control your gift?
It's just innate. I think my shifting nature allows me to control it better than the other wares. I was trained by the Order to control it. I'm not the only one with this gift. There's a whole group.
Well, you have innate powers. How long did you train under this Order?
Just the past 2 years. Traveled with my mentor, and she taught me. We recently just parted ways.
Would you feel comfortable or capable of training another shifter with the knowledge that you have?
I am capable of passing this gift on, but it's not something to take lightly.
That much I know. Thank you for attending this small funeral. Let's go back.
Before we leave, I'd probably walk over to the graves and probably say a little prayer to myself and continue back.
Okay. So you guys head back to the... I mean, you know the way back. It's not hard to find. So, I mean, you went one way. You know the way back.
You're not cursed this time, so you won't get lost.
Correct.
Right.
Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about while these two are gone and Rowan's busy and the were creatures are talking?
We just hunted some squirrels, dude. It was just...
It just seemed like there might have been more going on. It's fine. It doesn't take a genius.
Well, we looked for a lake or like river or spring.
A good, more secluded.
Well, we were just
meeting.
looking for a place to go swimming, but we couldn't find any water at all. So, get back.
Right. Do you want me to? You know what? That's fine.
Do I want you to what? I'm confused.
Do I need to be more direct in the question?
Yes.
I'm not sure what.
You seem to be getting close.
Phoenix's my friend. So are you. Do you want to go hunting
No,
next time
I'm quite
with
alright.
me?
That's-
I'm really confused as to what you're asking.
Just wondering if the two of you are closer.
And we are
He's-
than when we first met.
Seems to actually be interested in talking to you.
Well, that's because I'm actually nice to him.
I don't think there's anything I could do to make it better. He's got his own notions.
Could be nice. Maybe change his perception of Dragonborn.
His perception of dragons needs to be changed, not Dragonborn.
Oh, I actually have an answer on that one. That's the way. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it now. You're not gonna like this. Because you don't like dragons either.
No.
You should maybe talk to him and explain to him that you also really don't like dragons.
I have mentioned it a few times.
You should really mention it firmer. Because you guys could share a hatred of dragons. Because Finnick really specifically doesn't like one dragon. So, maybe just talk. Hey, weird, right? Conversations.
No.
What? No. Okay, well, you and Rowan seem to be getting close.
Yes, he's actually genuinely interested in other people here.
I'm
He's
interested.
got a lot to learn about the world, and he's excited to know more.
Well, I think he's just excited, but sure.
Part of me is a little concerned about how further ventures may go.
Why?
I'd hate for him to get lost.
Rowan?
Yes.
Lost.
Well, you know,
He seems like he has a pretty good sense of direction. I don't know what you're
that's not quick. You know what? It's more complex.
Okay.
Rowan, you still how's that food?
It's a little boring watching the same food over and over again.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure one day we can find you more exciting meats.
I might go punch a deer.
What? Rowan, we've had this conversation.
Just to jar him up for later.
Huh.
What?
It's
Well.
a process where you take like the meat and you boil it and you put it in the bottom of the jar, and then what you do is you put fat on top to seal the top of the lid.
And you're gonna do that by punching a deer?
I might, yeah.
I mean, it worked the first time.
What?
You know, there's a lot more types of animals.
Yeah, go punch a mongoose.
They're pretty small.
It would be very interesting to
Maybe-
see.
There wouldn't be much of the mongoose left.
Maybe go punch a squirrel.
There definitely wouldn't be anything left.
Why? Do you want to borrow a dagger? Do you want me to show you how to use
What do I
it?
need a dagger for?
Want me to show you how to use a bow and arrow?
Got the
We
staff?
could set up some targets, and I could show you how to use a bow and arrow because you use that for hunting.
What do I need it for?
Hunting.
How do you
What?
think you can punch underwater?
Pretty fucking hard. I'll tell you this one thing they used to make us do in the Abbey. It was a real fun training exercise. They used to make you punch into the water. Now, if you could punch all the water out of the jar, you could get something to eat. But not until then.
Did you get all the water out of the jar?
You
Rowan?
damn straight you did.
So why don't you try to punch a whale?
A shark. Punch a shark.
If you boop him on the snoot,
What are
it
those?
just stops him in the tracks.
It's like a giant land. It's a water tiger with a fin and teeth.
I'm very interested in seeing one of those sometime. I will definitely punch it.
It might. Punch.
Rowan has
You
this
would.
idea in his head right now of like a tiger like swimming in the water.
Mhm. That's just it's just a tiger that's in the water.
Yeah.
You didn't describe it as, you like
No, it's so like a fish,
Okay.
but like angry and sharp toothed like a tiger,
Okay.
and big,
Right.
like the size of I point at our bear friend, maybe even bigger. and chompy.
You hear that, Clifton? We've got to go catch us this, what did you call it?
Shark.
A shark.
Oh, yeah, that I'd be down.
No, but it's big and it's chompy.
And I'm fisty.
Oh, that's a confusing use of words.
Why did you just wink at me?
Trevor knows.
What?
Yes.
I don't know. I need a nap or something. Yeah, I need a nap. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
I
Just over there, just away from
quick.
all of you.
Oh shit!
We're fine.
All good.
A quick link with you, telepathic. He likes you. You should talk to him more.
No. What? No. No, in my mind, no, Duke, I've done this before, and it did not go well, so I will not do this again.
Rowan seems to be good people, and you can show him the world.
No, listen, Duke, don't sleep with your...
Shining splendid.
If it's one
Okay.
thing that I can teach you, don't sleep with your party members. Don't do it.
Are you doing any facial
inner-
features? Or are you just walking away and having this conversation?
I'm looking at him,
Okay.
and just thinking this.
Are you enunciating with any emotion to make it obvious you were having a
I'm
conversation?
just shaking
anyway?
my head.
I look back and I see them staring at each other. You two should get a tent.
See?
Don't sleep with your party members.
It's fine. I don't really think of Trevor as a party member.
Oh.
I do. What's the meme the card meme?
Oh, the card face bomb?
Yeah. That's just what Sapphire, when they come back, Sapphire's just like, oh my god, what?
I look back
Dear
at Duke
gods,
and I wink
why?
again.
I hate both of you. I hate all of you. Ben! Why, Ben? Oh, you're a good kitty. Good kitty.
Oh, that was Evelyn. That was not.
As you
Oh.
pet the rat and call her a good kitty.
Evelyn, dear.
Yes.
You should eat more porridge. You've been drinking a lot of alcohol today.
It's true, I have.
Are you still drunk?
No.
Can I have some more porridge, please?
He is.
It's on the pot over there.
Yeah,
For her.
He is busy with.
Yeah, I go get more porridge. I give it to Evelyn. Just eat this.
Oh, okay.
And maybe, and then I try to take the alcohol.
Oh, you're gonna have to fight her on that.
When she's fully concentrating on the food, I just...
Give me that.
Christian is staring daggers
I'll
at
give
you.
it back to you later. She is...
he puts his fingers.
I'll give it to her.
She
No,
is, she is a white stone girl wasted.
Yeah.
This is for you. Don't give it back to her. She's very small and she's drinking half of that.
Slosh. Impressive.
If I drank half of that, I would be like...
How is she not dead?
It's the porridge.
What is in this?
Porridge.
It's just a lot of water and a little bit of sweet and a lot of breadcrumbs.
Water's good. Water's good when you're drunk.
Bread's even better. If you can slop it down with some water, it's even better. Absorbs the alcohol.
You knowing that makes a lot of sense, actually.
It does. I mean, he's like a functioning alcoholic.
I'll take kindly to that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
So as
Give me
you
more.
take a swig of that, you hear coming from Evelyn, as she is.
Atta girl, let it all out.
She'll be
She's
fine.
just unloading.
Definitely she'll be fine. Pour
Oh
some,
my
please.
god, you will feel better.
Yeah, give me... Just fill up my cup, please. Thank you.
She'll end that one on her cup.
Oh, no. Well, if you can't beat him, and then I just tip back the liquor that Rowan poured in my cup.
I'll clip to be a deer and pat her back a bit.
He's already over,
there.
trying to keep her hair out of the vomit, and he took the bowl of porridge away from her and starts eating
swell.
it.
We're very functioning. Very, very good. Very good.
Well,
Getting it out of your system's one way to do it too.
Yeah.
well, those two may be coming back soon. Who's up for a revolution in the morning?
At dawn, we revolt. Revolution! Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with knocking heads and what have you.
Wow, is your whole family like this? Is that just a family trait?
Well, you've bet. My mother.
That's why I'm wondering
Now,
this.
she raised us. And out of the three of us, I would say that Amethyst is probably the most put together. But I'm number 2. Definitely number 2. So,
Wow,
will you just wait until you meet Onyx?
is there a far stretch? I'm not sure what put together means with your family if you're number 2.
Oh,
You have siblings.
yeah, I have 2. 3? I have 3 siblings.
You were at the temple.
Yeah, but
you
they
would
were.
you would have seen the rooms, and
You were there. Were you drunk?
Might have been.
Yeah, there's.
It's kind of a haze.
I have a twin sister and a younger brother,
Ah.
and also an adopted brother that's younger.
Are we
No,
talking
2.
about, identical twins, or are we talking just twin twins?
We're identical except for her hair is much longer. The tips are white.
Ah, interesting.
And also, she's a druid.
So she's a hippie.
Yeah, you could say that.
That is a weird... You know what? That's fine. It's weird, but it's fine.
No, it's pretty accurate, actually. She's very much for peace and understanding and love and drugs. And,
I might get along with her.
she's just here to have a good time, man.
Oh, I'm really good.
And,
You're getting me interested, though. Where'd you say she was?
Are you attracted to my sister and you haven't even met her?
I might be.
Wait, but you are twins.
Yeah, I said that we're identical twins.
Exactly.
So, we have different personalities, dude.
Oh, yeah. So you like hippies, huh?
I mean,
I guess that's what we're calling them. I've never heard of a druid being called a hippie. That's a new one.
yeah, usually they got this motion with the hips. It's really hot.
She does not care for dancing.
I'll bet you she doesn't. She just haven't told you.
That's... I'm actually...
I don't know what she's been up to in the last 2 years, but she was pretty, well, we saw where we lived, first of all. So we were very confined, and it was just us for each other. Oh, no. Oh, no, she's gone and done to me. I bet she's gone and done to me, Duke.
You're going to have to explain what you mean.
I don't want to explain what I mean. You could probably just figure it out. You've met my mother.
Oh, I think she might be your type.
Alright. Slicks his hair back a little bit.
No. You are not meeting Amethyst.
Why not?
Ever.
What's wrong? He's a good lad.
No, you're not meeting Amethyst ever. You're not her type.
How do you know?
Because I said so.
Ah. Are you... You know what? Is there some jealousy?
No, it's concern.
You can't deny what the heart wants.
You've never even met her.
Is that a heart with a T or a hard with a D?
Oh.
Why not both?
This is why I don't talk about my family. This is why I don't do it.
Well, your brother sounds like a nice fella, too.
No, he's not. He's an ass. Kind of like you. But a little
Nobody's
bit
an
more
ass
aggressive.
like me.
I mean, nobody has an ass like you.
Oh.
But
That's fair.
that's beside the point, Rowan.
This is getting more confusing by the moment.
I can give a man a compliment, Duke.
Yes, but you've given a lot.
Just one. I've just given one. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
some of your words could easily be construed as compliments.
Have I given you more than one compliment? I try to keep it to a 1 compliment per day limit with people.
Well, I know.
Have we just been standing there for like 5 minutes?
Just
listening
awkwardly,
to this?
we just walk into the thing and we're like, why is Duke slut shaming them?
You guys are definitely back by now.
Yeah.
Hey, Fennec, did you hear? Sapphire's got a twin sister.
Yeah, she talks about her all the time.
She seems kind of my type.
We're identical twins, Rowan.
Doesn't mean your personality is.
That's what I've said. But, like...
You should accept this as a compliment that he thinks you're attractive.
But my personality's shit. That's fair.
It's just not my type.
It's
That's
not
very
necessarily
fair.
that your personality is shit, it's just maybe you're incompatible.
We are. 100%.
I feel like
Except
you're
for I
saying
don't
that
know
because
about Trevor.
you are scared of something, but that's fine.
Yes, because I want my sister to take the
You
throne,
want
and I don't
your
want
sister
him to be the king.
Oh.
Oh, you automatically make him the king.
We're gonna have to get you a suit, my friend.
No, God, no,
I hate
no.
but I love Trevor.
Also, I don't know what my sister's interested in. She might be into women.
She might definitely be into him then.
You're not a woman.
I could be feminine if I have to. You don't know that.
Okay, I give up. I give up. You know what? You help me find Amethyst, I'll put in a good word for you.
Oh, that sounds like my kind of plan.
Perfect. I've accepted it.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is me accepting it.
I'm
King
happy.
Trevor.
This is me accepting what's happened in my life right now. Do any of you want to hook up with my brother? I can put in a good word with Onyx. He's legal now. His 18th birthday was about 4 months ago.
Was
Oh,
that
dude.
you?
Hmm.
I don't know if anyone here.
He does not look like me. He looks very eerily similar to my mother, but, you know, a boy.
Looks at chats.
He's too young for you.
That's not my interest.
Good. He's too young for you.
Well, I think we know where everyone stands.
What time is it?
I don't need this conversation to be going on any longer. Could we eat and then go to
Yeah.
bed and,
Probably around 6 o'clock or so.
Okay.
and set out for the mountain in the morning? She's fine. She's had some porridge.
She's just getting it out of her system.
Yeah, and then we'll give her
The
more
porridge?
Yeah,
The
Rowan's
porridge and the alcohol.
Why does it
Rowan's
look the
a
same
shit
going
fuck as
out
gorgeous
as it does
as
going
fuck.
down?
It's meant to look that way.
Well,
It's not so appealing going in. It's definitely not going out. It's not going to ruin anybody's
Actually-
appetite.
yeah, it does look exactly the same.
Yeah. Porridge is porridge.
I'm going to.
How
my
was-
bed.
Wait, how was how was your walk?
Oh, it was.
You both looked like you didn't get any more bruises or cuts or scrapes, so no fighting?
No.
Not this time.
That's good.
Good step in the right direction for you
Step in
two.
the right direction. I want to punch him in the face.
Normally,
I'd like to see you try.
before you get that far. Can I have a word?
We're doing a lot of talking
There's
today,
a lot
all
of
of us.
All the talking.
So
We're
a
getting
lot of-
that out of the way.
There's a lot of talking. What do you
We've
want?
got a lot of lore to dump.
We did.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Floor dump.
What do you want?
I'll pull you over to a log or something.
Okay.
Um,
Not this log.
Oh,
yeah, not that one.
Sorry.
And I'm gonna sit down and say, I just wanted to let you know that I'm no longer carrying the ashes with me.
Okay.
I gave them a burial, and it was the ashes of a body that your mother never fully accepted. The one that is in Duke's friend's dimension. That's what she felt was her true self, and I still felt like I was clinging on to something that just was lost. Regardless, I'm sorry I kind of did it in secret, but I felt like it was a strange situation to begin with, and I'm going to try and talk to Duke to see if we couldn't do a proper burial of your
Chance,
mother.
I didn't know her in that form, so the goodbyes needed to be said by you and perhaps Duke, but I didn't. The body that Duke has is what I knew her as, so that's okay. I'm glad that you got to say your goodbyes.
Oh, yes.
As for her body in his portal, I think it's fine there for now. It may come in use to us in the future.
Oh,
Not in a creepy way. Just,
okay.
I mean, Duke seems to be holding on to the hope that maybe she'll come back. I don't think that she will. She's with the people that she lost. Like you clinging on to her ashes, she spent the last 20 years clinging on to their memory.
There's something that I feel you should have. It didn't even really belong to her, but she made it hers, and I'll pull out the boots of striding and springing.
Which look like stilettos.
Bright red stilettos. I hold these out and say, they're actually imbued with the powers of a little-known goddess. I can't remember her name, but a member of our party had been looking for these, and we found them. And Celeste took them, and she put them to good use, and so I want you to have them.
How did she wear the other boot, peg leg?
They're magical.
Okay.
They fit the form of the wearer.
Did they change color?
I don't know. You'll have to find that out for yourself.
They're kind of gaudy.
That was...
I really thought you were just trying to make a fashion statement when I first met you.
No, that's just...
I'm just upset. I think everyone in the party has worn them but me. And they were for me. Yeah, you have it.
Yeah.
But maybe
So
what
I
else?
don't think Duke did either.
He probably eyed them.
Jumping with my speed.
Oh, yeah.
That would be terrible.
Right?
I
Run and
I really
jump
just
on 'em.
want like you to put them on and use them once.
Run and jump and then like superhero landing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it would really just mostly play out like when you're playing like Fallout and you just mod your speed like to
Right.
max. You hit a pebble and you just go orbital.
Right.
I'll take the boots and I'll look at chats and I'll say, thank you. I hope I can put them to good use and then don't fall and break my ankle because I'm not really interested in wearing heels, but I think that they go with my outfit.
They're quite useful. They help you jump much higher than usual.
Don't do a lot of jumping with the whole teleporting thing, floating.
You might find useful.
Let me just equip these. Sure, why not? That's fun. Well, thank you, chats. I appreciate that.
And then you look at your belt and you see the sword that Celeste gave you previously as well. And you remember back to when she decided to give you the sword. And that memory just kind of washes over you.
I will then just head back to the group wearing my new boots.
You're just like strutting in.
Yeah, I do the runway walk, kind of like testing them out. I moonwalk backwards, you know? I leap up in the air.
They call that the catwalk. Yeah, the catwalk.
Are you done? Do you want to continue?
I mean, you could do a little turn. And then the catwalk.
Wow.
I just like stare at you for a hard minute, but then I do it. And I like go into it too. Yeah. Yes, I like throw out a show. I'm fancy. Look at my boots.
I nudge Finnick and I'm like, there you go, buddy.
He just blushes.
Jump up in the air and do splits.
And you jump surprisingly very high.
Oh god, I still like the heights.
You just jump out and then you just
You got
float
used
down.
to it.
Yeah, like those moon shoes.
Yeah.
Like your.
Moon shoes. Many
Yes.
good broken ankles on those.
I've never used them. I just saw commercials.
Imagine having trampolines strapped to your feet.
Yeah, I got the concept.
Yeah, I would have hurt myself a lot.
Kind of like those things where you're supposed to like put one on your ankle and like skip over
Skip
it.
it?
Oh,
Yeah,
skip it.
Those things, I always face planted whenever I try to use one of those things.
I hit myself with them a lot by accident. Yeah.
I just flip them around my head like this a few times and
Might
chase
go
my
and
cousins
see
with them.
what happens.
Yeah.
But it doesn't count it if you don't like scrape it against the ground.
Counts when it hits your cousin's skull. I mean,
Sure.
1 point. Hell yeah.
let's get to 50.
Oh goodness.
So you jump up and you're like wiggling your feet as you're slowly landing.
Yep.
Because you're not used to jumping and landing with...
Imagine like a Super Mario 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like you could probably do some damage in these ruin, but I don't know. Can you walk on like 8-inch stilettos?
Walk up a mountain. Why wouldn't I be able to walk in stilettos?
That is a weird connection for anyone to have ever made.
Also, I'm taller now. That's good.
I mean, give them to me. I'll show them off. I'll give them back to you afterwards.
I'm pretty sure they require attunement.
Do they? I don't know.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
We've got more than enough time tonight.
We will give them to him so he can play with them. Yes, I will. Yes. Here, please.
Oh my god.
Show off.
So the gift that chat's just gave you
You
for
have to
your
give
mother.
them back.
I will give them back.
They were my mother's
I
shoes.
mean, they're in her inheritance, so
Right.
that was Oz's inheritance.
Right.
Oz is in here.
I never got him.
No, he never did. Celeste
He just-
literally
he's coming
just
back
took
She
for
one.
just took him. She was like, "Oh, I like these," and he was like,
To be fair, he couldn't say anything about it.
"He was there."
Not until he
He
came
was
back,
there.
right?
No,
No, he was there.
He
That
was
was,
there.
that was like
Oh,
right
yeah.
before he
okay.
died.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, I need you to.
Celeste literally just like took it right.
She was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what the
I'm
equivalent of
pretty
like
sure-
a murder hobo was, but
I-
she's like compulsive.
So I'm pretty sure
Stealer.
that Celeste found them and instantly sat down and put them on. Like,
Mhm.
yes.
Aw.
Yeah, I will put
Just
them
glitter.
on and
Glitter.
skirt around for you. Walk on the
Yes.
catwalk.
Yes, work it, Rowan, work it.
You are all getting along splendid.
We can appreciate each other in this party.
Yeah, that's what I... Well, never
I think he
mind.
was paying a compliment
I
just
don't
in his
know,
own
he
way.
just says it so condescending when he says things.
Now you
He
listen.
runs his full speed and leaps and lands on top of the mountain.
Oh, was that how easy?
Bye, bitches!
thought?
What does the striding part do? Because I know they do springing.
Oh, you ignore no. So your walking speed becomes 30 feet unless your walking speed is higher, so
Oh.
it's not reduced. And if you are encumbered or wearing heavy armor, your speed is also not reduced. And then you can jump 3 times the normal distance.
So yeah, that's definitely on top of the mountain for you.
3 times
So-
the normal jump distance, which is half your movement speed, I think.
He has like 1,000 moves.
So high jump is a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. So it'd be 3 plus whatever your strength is, triple.
Strength modifier is a whole 0.
So
Oh, so it doesn't actually do anything for
so
Rowan.
yeah, you move 10 feet and you can jump 3 feet.
Duke,
But very fast.
you look very
Yes.
strong. You put the boots on and jump in the air.
No, we do. Nope, we do not wear shoes.
You could. Chat told me they were magical shoes.
They,
And
they
if
do
they-
fit to the feet.
They fit on my feet,
That's-
and then they
If you
fit on
do it,
Rowan's feet.
That means everyone in this party, but me.
And Rowan's feet are way bigger than my feet.
All of his previous characters didn't.
Yeah.
But
And maybe then Finnick could try them on and give it a good up in the
It
air.
wouldn't do very well. I'm not strong.
I am strong-ish. I'm strong adjacent.
I think these shoes.
I'm dexterous, but I'm not strong.
Yeah, I think I have a plus. What do I have for my strength? +2.
She's definitely stronger than us. Finnick.
Yep. But not as fast.
That's right.
Give me shoes back.
Well, I guess she might be fast.
I mean, I could carry you.
I sit down, shoot a leg like all the way up, and unzip them.
Well, you gotta do it so seductively, Rowan.
I'm dexterous by
Practicing.
nature. Shoot the other leg up.
Okay.
Both ankles are in the air right now?
Yes.
No, one at a time.
Not mine, then.
You unzip
Way to
them
ruin my
very
night.
slowly. too.
Huh?
You unzip them slowly
Yep, just like
and make eye contact with me. Just shake my head at you. Why you like this? I already told you I'd introduce you to my sister. You don't have to sell it.
I'm just making sure. Tell her about my good qualities.
Jerk.
Fast.
Fast.
He's a good cuddler.
Cooks well. Cuddles.
Maxwell?
Nice butt. Decent legs. I look at your legs. Yeah, pretty decent.
It's all the running.
Yeah, for all the running. You got good
Kicking.
calves. Yeah.
He's probably pretty like
Yeah.
Like even though your strength isn't high, like you probably are pretty built.
Hey,
sinewy.
Will you do me a favor and lift up your shirt real quick?
I'm sure he's just lean.
I feel like this is a trap.
It's a good try.
I take my shirt off
Okay.
and
We just call it
expose
thirst
all
trap.
my Celtic arm tattoos.
Tats. Amethyst would be really into the tats.
Even better.
We got
You
in
just
trouble
seem
once.
to keep winning. It's perfect.
Yeah, we got in trouble once for some tattoo stuff. Later.
What's your tattoo?
What?
Now we need to know. She's a tattoo and I have not seen it.
Well,
Hmm.
you're not going to see it either. It's private.
Oh.
And I lean in real close to him and I whisper, "You need to tell me where it's at. Because if her sister's got a matching one, oh boy." I whispered.
It is. Oddly enough, yes, just on the opposite side, but that's beside the point.
They're like hearts.
Best
friend hearts.
We got sister
Right?
tattoos.
Like,
Yes.
One says best, one says friend.
Yeah. It just says BE free, and the other one says stind.
And you know muscles. That's yeah.
I pop my pecs a couple
Yeah,
times.
perfect. I think he's got all the good qualities. Yeah.
Would you say he has like a six pack, or do you think he's just tone?
Oh no, he's definitely got a six pack from running and fighting.
Okay. Yes.
He's rather lean. Like think Brad Pitt. Fight
Honestly,
Club.
if you
It's
work
not
on your
lean.
personality, I
He
really
was lean in that.
No, that was like muscle chonky. No, that's not lean. You saw those. That's not lean.
I guess his shoulders were chonky, but
Yeah.
I mean his core was pretty lean.
Lean is just like not that.
He is very like.
I mean,
Fit.
shredded like a Julian salad. I mean.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
I
Let me
don't
see.
think
Let me
so.
see the Brad.
Like that is.
Oh yeah.
ripped.
Yeah,
but he's still got his body frame is lean. You know, like he
Yeah,
doesn't.
he's not
like
swole.
he's not
No.
stuffed.
You're like that,
It's
but
only a
smaller
bodybuilder.
traps.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, you work on the personality. I think you're her type.
Got me a goal.
That seems like a win.
Yeah. Didn't know what I'd do after the mountain, but looks
Well, I
like I
think
got
you
me
do
a goal
now.
now.
I think he'd fit into our family. If Mother was alive, she'd like him a lot. She'd probably try to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Jets. Sorry.
Okay. I'm healing.
He's well aware of your mother's inclinations.
Yeah, I'm sure you're all very aware.
Yeah?
I'm not aware.
She's dead, so you're not going to become aware.
Well, I
Wait.
mean,
Hold on, how did you mean that?
I said I was only aware.
I saw it. I didn't know how to make it.
Exactly how I said it, Duke.
well, I'd just like to know if she's,
Well,
you know, if your sister's got any.
But I mean, you said that, like, he wouldn't know because she's dead, which would imply something different than because he could be told.
yeah.
Okay?
So how did you mean that?
How I meant it.
That's I'm asking you how you.
I'm telling you to figure it out.
You know that's no.
Disgusting and apparently impossible.
All of my information is third party.
Oh, okay. That makes it a little less awkward to look at you.
Disgusting. I put my shirt back on and go back to
Thank
the
you.
meat. I was
Please,
smelling.
please make us dinner. I'm hungry.
There was a butcher
Oh, there's always a butcher.
and his wife.
There's always a butcher's wife.
It's pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie.
And a cursed soul that was chased after by the ruler of a cursed land.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
new.
She kind of got us all in a lot of trouble for that one.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. That's really why she died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doing what she loved, pissing off everyone else.
And hot women.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the Celeste Remembrance episode?
Talk about that time where Celeste got us all in trouble by sleeping with Stroud's girlfriend.
Anywho,
Well, so the two of you are back. Good. We've come to a decision that maybe we just start things rolling in the morning.
Yes, I think.
Although we should, if we're going to climb the mountain, should we not wait until nightfall?
Well, there's much that can be started, and then you go throughout
We can work our way through the woods under the cover of the canopy and get closer to where we want to enter the mountain
Right.
and then wait.
Well, I was going to suggest it's pretty early yet, right? Now it's like,
It's probably 5 o'clock or something.
if we went to bed shortly, we could probably get up at dawn or right before dawn and get on the mountain before first light.
How far is the mountain from here?
A good couple hours walk.
Couple hours.
If we can get somewhere on the mountain before first light that we can hide out for the day, we could take turns.
Are the ledges or whatever that we climbed up before, are they wide? Or are they...
When you say wide, do you mean like you can stand on them? Or do you mean like...
Are they what did you call them? The terraces.
The
Are
terraces.
they... Like, how wide are they?
I would say that they are decently wide because you have to farm on them.
They farmed on the terraces?
That's why there's terraces. They carved into the mountain to make farmland.
So we kind of climbed up an area that used to be farmland?
That would be on the inside of the mountain. It wouldn't be on the other side, right?
I mean, I guess the way I pictured it, it would circle around the smaller peak.
We climbed
On
up
the
this
outside of it?
Yeah.
all the way around it, probably.
Yeah, all the way around it, going up a decent portion. Like, towards the top, maybe the caldera is undisturbed, but...
Okay, so they're wide enough that we could probably climb up to one of the topmost terraces and hide out there.
Yeah.
Because this X is the
I
peak, so
would
basically
think
it's
so.
fair.
Okay. Because we could do
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
That could be
That's how I
a
decided.
possibility. I mean, that's basically what Finnick and I did when we snuck on. We stayed at the top-ish of the peak and sent Scout to look out for us, and then when he gave us the all clear, we descended.
Okay.
So,
Well, darkness is falling now. Do we want to go now? I know we're still kind of resting and all, but...
Actually, if darkness is falling, maybe you're right. We should go now. We can find a place that we can hide out, rest, and then we'll have a better point of view while we're there, and then we can wait and start once it gets dark the next.
that seems like a good game plan to me, except for Rowan is now smoking a bunch of squirrels.
Yeah. You're probably halfway through your process.
But if it's just nighttime now, maybe in a few hours when the squirrels
Rowan,
are
how
done
long is
smoking.
that going to take?
Oh, probably another 3-ish hours.
Well, that seems perfect. Once it's finished with, then we go.
We'll pack up and go.
What about
It'll be much darker in 3 hours.
what about Clifton and Evelyn? Are they coming with us? It seems like a liability.
They
They could be in danger. They could give us away. They're not built for stealth. No offense.
No.
But she's drunk as hell. She's not going anywhere tonight.
I'm worried if they stay here, though. I mean,
Why-
obviously Boren doesn't want them here.
Why aren't they just
Where are they gonna go?
anywhere's better than here?
Yeah, but
I mean, there's got to be some towns nearby.
there's not one for a long time.
I
At
mean,
least,
you made it through the forest. There weren't any towns between Arbor and...
Yeah, but
Sure.
what about further east of here?
East is the mountain. Not his mountain.
The regular mountain.
The Stormcrest Mountains, I believe? Yeah, Stormcrest Mountains. So, like, as soon as you go past Tarn, it's mountain range.
Well, are there caves in those mountains that they could hide in?
yeah, there's who knows what hiding in there.
Do you think that it's safe for them to come with us?
I think it's safer for them to, at the very least, get up the mountain and hide somewhere.
What do you think, Duke?
well, there's not a lot of places in their vicinity that they are welcome anymore.
They definitely aren't going back to town.
In their current state, though in 3 hours it could be improved.
Well, if they're coming with us, we gotta sober up Evelyn. So get her some water and more porridge. Oh, thank you.
3 hours,
That's enough to sober up.
plenty, I believe.
Yeah.
She's already puking, so, I mean, we've got that for us.
Just keep giving her water, and the problem will solve itself. Chats, seeing
should
as we have
rest.
some time, you might want to try and tend to the
Yeah.
wounds a bit.
Yes, I will do what I can.
You're able to make us more quiet as well, so that will help, even with them.
Yes, so I can make them quiet as well. I can also get us there pretty quickly. I know the path very well.
Yes.
And mountains are one of my ranges. One of my preferred favorite terrains or whatever. Mountains, woods, and
Well, then it seems as though we've got a good start to a plan.
Finnick, are we able to repair Scout in this amount of time?
I have a feeling we need to seek out professional help.
Have you ever repaired him before?
I've never had to, no.
Do you know how?
Who would be able to fix
I don't
something like this?
There seemed like a blacksmith or someone. I can try. Is there something I can roll to know what I need to do? 'Cause I don't think I've ever, not that I know of.
Maybe just an intelligence check to see if they're to kind of have an understanding of what might be.
You're 22?
So you have an idea that because he's mechanical, there is ways to fix him, kind of like you suggested. But you don't have the right tools to do it yourself. Something you probably would have to ask someone to help you with. But it probably wouldn't take a long time necessarily. It's a little bit past your capabilities.
I assume someone with like Tinker's tools or something like that.
Yep.
So we could fix it if we had the right tools.
I think so, yeah. Someone dexterous and
I wish we would have
knowledgeable.
thought about it. We could have gotten the tools in town maybe, and I could have tried to fix him.
Oh, I never thought of that.
I mean, I don't know much about mechanical stuff, but I'm a quick learner. I think I could figure it out, perhaps.
10 levels in your 1 level an hour fixer.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe chats could help.
Possibly.
Know anything about fixing things?
Yeah, I can pick very small locks, so I can probably work on small objects. Now, if I understand what the object does is another question. If it's clockwork, then it's similar to locks and other small devices.
I mean, depending if Finnick lets you look at it, you may or may not know if it's clock.
I guess as soon as we can, we'll find the tools we need and we'll try to fix them.
I mean, could I at least just take a look at it?
Yeah, I'll just bring Phoenix out. It's just like a little body.
Yeah, so as you're looking at it, you see that it's not necessarily like a clock machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely like a runic magic-y based type of, so think more like an elemental than like, I don't know if you know, but there's like a whole dimension of like clock.
I know about those, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that at all.
Okay.
It's not like clock based in any way. It's runic magic that keeps this thing alive.
Okay.
But it looks like part of it is damaged, and so it might need some tinkerer's tools. It might need maybe arcane. You don't really know necessarily how to fix it yourself. Like I said, you might need some other tools or someone else to help you that might know more about this thing.
Well, I've been to some pretty good sized cities and towns in my day. More than likely there's somebody in one of those places that knows how to fix him if we can't figure it out.
I know someday we'll fix them.
And before anybody says anything, yes, I'm bringing my cat.
As she looks up at you.
I give her scrooches, and I tell her she's a very good girl, Obsidian. Yes, you're a good girl.
She rubs up against your leg.
You're going to be the quietest kitty ever when we sneak on the mountain, right? Very quiet. You're not going to run away from me. You're going to stay right behind my hood, on my neck, just like you did when we were in the bar fight.
Sure. I guess I didn't realize anyone was concerned about that.
Well, I mean, it's pretty dangerous to bring just a plain old cat onto an adventure. She could get hurt.
Hold on. I look at the cat and I say, I think she has plot armor.
Are you a plot armor Obsidian?
What?
Drop her and find out.
No, Mikey.
Yeah, exactly.
I know it's dangerous to bring a pet on an adventure, but she's my pet, and I'm not leaving.
I love the track record of all of your pets.
Yes, Lammy.
Good.
Lammy, your horses, Lucky.
Multiple horses. The horses. We have horses when we came here. Yes, we did. The horses we came on here are still alive because they're in the bubble with us.
You don't see them in the bubble.
Where the fuck did our horses go?
Someone fucking sold them.
I mean, there's nothing preventing the horses from wandering off.
Well, we tied them up though. Where did the horses go?
Seems
Or
like
ate them.
something might have happened to them.
Sapphire looks around and she goes, "Didn't we come here on horses?
Who the fuck needs a horse?
We're not all fast like you, Rowan.
That's pretty fast too.
We're not all fast like the both of yous. Where are our horses? I didn't even give my... Oh, mine did have a name because I had it for a little bit. God damn it.
That's why it died.
Don't name things.
I mean, you just named your cat, so...
Rest in
Yes.
peace, Lucky, too.
Yes,
I mean,
but
Obsidian.
Lucky never died. Lucky was the only pet that I had that stayed alive.
It's almost like he was lucky.
Yeah. Obsidian does not have the name Lucky, but it is...
You should have kept Lucky, too.
Her middle name is Lucky in remembrance.
So it's Obsidian Lucky?
Yeah, Obsidian Lucky Brisson. Clearly.
Hmm.
A long name.
OLB.
OLB.
Old.
Yes. I have to write
great.
down that I have a tattoo.
Oh, is that not actually in your backstory?
You just make that up?
It's not my backstory, but it's in the questionnaire that I answered for myself that I never sent to you because I was just like, let me just fill this out and see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one you have? You should send it out.
Because it's not relevant to like anything important like backstory wise. It's just like more character fun
Flavor.
features and flavor. And I was like, a tattoo sounds fun.
And it's a giant whale on her back. And
She's-
it's called,
yeah.
and she made it called a whale tail.
Yep, clearly.
Clearly.
You don't know where it is yet because you have to find it.
I'm not sure who you're talking to.
Oh, well, because
She's talking to Obsidian, obviously.
Yeah.
Obvious.
clearly I'm talking to Rowan because he wants to know where
Yeah.
Amethyst is.
I don't want to know where yours is. I just want to know where your sister's is.
The same spot.
But on the opposite side.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
That's probably fair.
As you guys are talking, you see Clifton has the large pot that had all the porridge in it,
Licking it out with
and
his shoes.
and he has
Just,
Clifton.
He's cleaned
Clifton,
it out.
no. Spoon. Clifton.
it's too
Spoon.
late.
Clifton.
As you say that, he pulls the pot away from him, and his fur is just covered and matted with porridge as he's licking out his best, and he's just like, no spoon. No
Clifton?
spoon.
Spoon.
He growls at you. No spoon.
I growl back at him. Spoon.
He just throws the
Well,
metal
now you
pot.
both lose.
Now you've spilled your porridge all over the
No,
floor.
it's empty.
Oh, it's empty.
Oh, well,
Boy,
it's too
Clifton, that's my pot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, this is going to be the start of the real adventure.
Go take it and clean it up.
Okay, and he wanders over and picks it up and starts to lick it clean.
That's
No,
fine.
with watered soap, Clifton.
What the fuck is so?
He'll
Lick.
be fine.
Clean.
No, Clifton, no. I go. You see the trough with the water? Dunk it in there.
The horses drink out of
The
that
horses
thing.
are gone.
That's fair. I don't.
I never thought when I left home that I would have to teach a grown man bear how to use a spoon.
I mean, did you think you'd ever meet a grown man?
No, I did not.
Part of life is, well, actually all of life is just entirely new experiences.
Yeah.
Life needs
You
things
never
to
thought
life.
would ever happen.
Life, finds a way.
Alright, well, that's
Life
life
is
for that.
life. Lots of
Chocolate.
chocolates.
Oh man.
What other
You
life?
never know quite what you're going to get.
So 3 hours, we're going to climb a mountain and sleep on the mountain.
I think it's going to happen for sure.
Have an apple.
Oh,
have
shit,
something
what is
going.
this?
And that
Might as well
actually
let
does
her-
probably sound like a good idea.
As your stomach starts to growl because it's getting to be supper time.
Can we have supper first?
Soon.
We nap first and then you wake us up for supper?
Not first, supper later.
Sounds good. No porridge, please. I've seen it.
I don't have any more porridge.
I've seen it come out the same way it looked going in a couple different times, and I don't want any of that.
I don't have any more
You
porridge.
should make more porridge. I know you could,
I could,
but
but
I don't
I'm not
want
going
any
to.
more. Because you probably don't after
Go
you've
have
seen
a
it.
nap.
Fine.
So are you laying down for a nap?
Yes, I would like a nap. Sapphire is done with all of these motherfuckers. It's nap time.
Is anyone else taking a nap? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you gonna use them?
Save the rest.
So as you are finishing up with the
I'll make a stew.
preparations, yep.
Oh.
You are you using any of the meat that you jerkied to put in the stew, or are you using some other meat that you set aside for the stew?
I mean, she brought back quite a bit of game, so I'll throw a couple of squirrels in there.
Okay. So you make a hearty squirrel stew with some with some vegetables.
Tastes nutty.
Right, with some vegetables that you found in the forest as you were gathering. And as you finish the porridge, not porridge, the stew, sorry, and bring it out for everybody, you hear behind you, coming from, like, outside the bubble, you hear, because you both have very high passive perceptions, you both hear some rustling in the trees. Like, seems to be heading in your general direction.
I will just do the old two-finger whistle.
I grab Lionheart out of the hilt and have it at the...
Okay. Is anyone else? So, obviously, if you didn't know, that is the sign for something is coming, I guess.
I'm in my tent, like alligator death rolled into my blanket, and probably also Phoenix because he wasn't there, and I know his bed stuff is in there, so I probably just did one of
This
these.
is mine, too.
Yeah.
This is mine.
This is now mine.
Is anyone else doing anything?
Yeah, I grab my sword. I'm ready.
Okay. Are you doing anything?
I will toss the sword in the air.
So,
Throw the staff.
as you guys all grab your weapons, you see as there's a small space between, like, where the trees end and, like, the bubble starts, and that threshold, you see a familiar face. You see Rosemary come through the trees, and she steps through the bubble, and you can see she looks like she's out of breath, and she's huffing and puffing as she slowly approaches you, trying to get her composure. Are you guys still having your weapons out as she approaches?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll lower it. It's still out, but like
I'm ready, but I'm just because my thought is, what if something is chasing her?
Okay. So as she approaches, she makes it over to you, where I'm assuming you're bringing this. Like, I'm assuming you're bringing the stew over to everybody, unless you stopped for some reason.
I'll take it off of the fire, but or to the side of the fire before I grab my staff.
Okay. So she approaches you, and for a second she closes her eyes and takes a deep whiff, and she's like, squirrel.
That's right.
Anyway.
Good nose. Or
Thanks.
human.
What are you running from?
I've been trying to find Rowan. I think I found my dad. At least I think I found where he might be.
Where's Uncle?
There's a portion of the mountain on the other side of Taran that it looks fake. It's an illusion of some sort. There's a cavern in there. I found several people that were being held against their will, but I wasn't able to save them, unfortunately. As the captors, I don't know what they were. They swarmed me, and I managed to escape. And they didn't follow me, I guess. I've been trying to find you through the town, and they didn't follow me in town, I guess. And so I
Are
must
they
walk-
wares?
No, I don't know what these things are. They perhaps it's best if you all came and helped me with this. I don't think I can handle this on my own. As she pulls out her large axe and she has it in two hands and says, I'm a strong woman, but I definitely cannot handle this by myself.
Who? You said there were others. Tabaxi?
They were humanoid. I'm guessing they're people that were missing from Taran, but
But in prison.
they were being held against the rule. I don't.
Okay.
Not in prison necessarily.
How many?
Oh, I'd say at least a dozen or so. And I mean, the whole group has heard specifically, not just her, that people have been going missing.
Yeah. Well, I actually recall.
I'm pretty sure you guys saw somebody get taken out of town and aggressively.
We saw some weird shit.
Plans might change tonight.
I think we just heard that a dozen allies are waiting for their release.
That's what I heard too.
Are you up for another job, Fennec?
Mom was ready for another job.
Well,
Be
we were
ready
looking
here in
for
about an hour or
a
two.
way to start a liberation. I think this is our key.
We gotta pack up the stuff. We have some rations getting ready. We're going to make a move on the mountain soon. I think this is a good first step.
Oh, what are you going to do on the mountain?
Whatever we can. I think wherever this holdout is, this is going to be a good first step to building ourselves an alliance with some people. Hopefully at least a few of them will be grateful enough to fight by our side.
That's if they make it out alive.
We'll see to that.
Not everyone will be lucky, but it's...
Sapphire comes out of the tent, with a babushka into a blanket, and is like, "Is there food, bro? I'm hungry."
Yeah, why don't we all have a bite before we head?
Wait,
It's my cousin.
hey, I know you.
And she has her axe out, and she stows it and says, "Hey, I know you too."
What the fuck did I miss?
A lot. We'll catch up over this delicious stew, I'm sure my
Okay.
cousin made.
Yeah, squirrel, I think.
Well,
Good.
Right?
Yeah, she's a strong woman.
Definitely.
Sapphire's not, but maybe.
Hey,
Hell,
She is-
even noodles go.
She's pretty
live
fluid
when
for
they're
an
wet,
air
right?
She's her mother's daughter, after all.
well, I think we have a better place to start than just a few minutes ago.
Better than aiming wondrously up the mountain. Dear cousin, would you mind staying here and looking after our friends?
I think it's best because she knows the way there. She said it was
Yeah,
concealed.
yeah, it's an illusionary. I can lead you
I'm
there.
confused. What?
what side of the mountain is it on?
It's on the west side.
West side.
It's part of the Stormcrest Mountains.
Oh, not your mountain.
Correct.
Different mountain.
Correct.
What's on the mountain? What?
There's a holdout inside the mountain.
Oh yeah, you weren't here. Sorry. Yeah, we potentially found my dad.
Oh, well, that's good.
My uncle, if he is alive, would be a very great use to us.
Okay, so we've got people that are in prisons
He's-
that need to be freed. This is what I'm good at.
He's a lot bigger and meaner than I am, so...
Oh, is he hot?
That's my uncle.
Does he like Mike and Ice? Coming back?
I
But
mean-
that's the last coming out right
It
there.
is. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I get a little bit Celeste when I'm still tired.
This
Your boyfriend.
the best place to
Can I have your
start.
number?
This is fortuitous.
I believe
Where are we gonna put all these people when we save them?
I think we'll figure that out once we do
Where do we put
another jailbreak.
they come with.
Sure.
This is where the rebellion begins.
Okay, but what if these people are emaciated from being imprisoned for so long and they can't offer us support on the mountain? We need somewhere safe for them to go.
We're gonna deal with that when the time comes. For now, let's have a bite
Yeah.
and then head out.
Squirrel soup. Sounds good.
Squirrel stew.
Squirrel stew.
So as you guys all sit down around the campfire and pour yourself some squirrel stew, that's where we're getting it for tonight.